Welcome here today, ladies and gentlemen, to the Coke 600 as we mark the halfway point of our NASCAR Cup Series season in its entirety here tonight. Second race of our doubleheader. If you enjoyed the Charlotte Roval here today, we got another race at Charlotte here, but on the oval racetrack. Brandon Garcia, Parker Fletcher, Jackson Thomas, and Evan Board 23. Welcome to the stream here early on. Gonna get set for session qualifying. No practice, no testing or anything like that. Just gonna go straight to the session qualifying and from there start this race. A little looser of a setup for qualifying here today, but without further ado, we are going to get started.
Let's go.
Very weird how we just ran the Charlotte Roval earlier and pulling off a pit road for qualifying. We're going to be taking laps on the oval racetrack here today. 600 miles, 400 laps scheduled for tonight, the longest race of the season for this Cup Series. Yep, finally got the 400 subs earlier today during the Roval stream. Oh man! 48 car just extremely snapped loose through turns 3 and 4 on the warm-up lap. Johnson up to speed. See what kind of an opening lap he's going to have. This car is very, very loose. Using the steering wheel, or sorry, using the controller in this race here tonight. Tried to get out of the gas to keep the car from wanting to spin out completely by carrying too much speed. It was still extremely loose, even backing the corners up. As long as we get top 24, which we did 20th in round 1 of qualifying. So we definitely got to pick up the pace. 29.889 was our lap time there, but we're going to tighten this car up right back to where we're going to have it for race trim. Let's see if that helps with the lap times at all. Johnson will make 2 laps this time. I say El Chatel, welcome to the stream. Nope, this is going to be it today. Longest race of the season. Definitely be ready for myself to go to bed by the end of this one. Ooh, Johnson not good on his warm-up lap through turns 3 and 4. We did have the Charlotte Roval for our 3rd road course race of the season earlier today. Coming off a 6th place finish. Joey Logano got his first win of the season to lock himself into the playoffs earlier. Make it our 7th different winner of the season. Man, this car is still loose in turns 1 and 2 as we have reached full speed now. I don't think this first lap is going to be anywhere close to being as quick as our next lap, though. We'll have to wait and see. Kevin Harvick, top of the charts, 29.682. Johnson's first lap was a 29.854, so slightly quicker than what his round 1 time was. This 48 car is pretty loose for the most part. Lap 2 should be just a little bit quicker, and it is by about 1/10 of a second, 29.768. That's quick enough for 14th. So Jimmy Johnson will qualify 14th for the Coke 600 here tonight. Denny Hamlin on the pole. Or, sorry, Denny Hamlin qualified first in round 2. I guess we're not sure if he's on the pole exactly yet. Qualifying here in this one. Yeah, this is going to be a super long race for me. So made sure I was hydrated. So I had my dinner, and if I don't know, but yeah, I got a 64 ounce of water. I just went through 32 ounces of water right before, so I should be hydrated throughout the course of the race tonight. It's going to be about 3 hours. Luckily, temperature-wise, outside my house was about the lowest the temperature has been in over a month. In Northwest Ohio, it only got up to a high of 80 degrees. I think right now it's upper 70s, so it should be a pretty cool night. So again, not that great of air conditioning in my room. I usually have a fan on, but I turn it off for the streams. So with this likely being over a 3-hour race, at least, I should be good to go. So I guess it's kind of a cooler, good night to do it. Rod G, welcome to the stream here. Yeah, sorry if there's a little bit of a lag there. My bad. Alright. Here we go, folks. Jimmy Johnson looking for yet another Coke 600 in his final Coke 600. Denny Hamlin is on the pole. Nevertheless, Brad Keselowski will start outside pole in second. Chad Fincham now looking that fast here for today's race. Bubba Wallace will be starting at the rear of the field here in tonight's race as well. So Jimmy Johnson qualified 14th. That's where he's going to start tonight. Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream. And here we go, the Coke 600, NASCAR's version of a marathon race. Our third crown jewel of the season is underway as Denny Hamlin leads the field to the green. Who will get the win? Just 9 races left until the playoffs. 9 spots remain to be locked up. Great restart there by Christopher Bell. Should say off the initial start, clearing the 48 of Johnson. Wow, Johnson got really tight behind him. He barely kept it off the wall. Look at Bell taking it 3 wide, by the way, through 3 and 4. What a drastic move he made. Lap 1 in the books here tonight. Denny Hamlin will lead the opening lap of the race, barely out ahead of his teammate there, Kyle Busch. Johnson about slid into the wall in 1 and 2 now. Loses a couple more spots on the outside. 48 cars kind of sliding around all over the place all of a sudden. 550 horsepower racetrack here tonight. Good run off the top side. Shooting to the bottom on Eric Jones. Going to get to the bottom of Chris Buescher into turn number 1 as well. The cars are jockeying around 4 positions here early on. Wow, that massive side draft the 17 car got on Johnson, but he couldn't quite clear him off of it. They're still side by side off of 4. Bell's got side by side action right in front of him there. Chris Buescher, Clint Boyer. Should say we just passed Buescher. Clint Boyer, Ryan Blaney, sorry, were the 2 drivers ahead of him. Now Boyer's still ahead of the 95. Blaney's driven off slowly but surely. This 48 car is all over the place. 1 second it's tight, the other second it's just extremely loose. He is going to make the pass on Bell there that time though. And now working on Boyer after running his fastest lap of the race here in the early going. Clint Boyer to the back bumper of the 48 of Johnson. Very risky to be pushing mid-corner like he did there, but he gave Johnson a pretty good shot. Johnson was able to keep the car steady and keep it going. Look at him wash up the hill again, though, on the exit, and about ended up in the wall, but never lifted. Andrew Holland back. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Blaney working on Bowman now for 11, just up ahead. And Kyle Busch was able to get to the lead on Denny Hamlin as well. Hamlin trying to get back to the inside of him off of turn 4. It's like center off on turn 4. Johnson's car just gets extremely tight. But it's very loose on entry on both ends of the racetrack for that matter. Big run for Jimmy Johnson now on Ryan Blaney. Trying to work the outside through turns 1 and 2. I prefer the outside at Charlotte. The reason why you're going to see me run the bottom more often than not tonight, though, is simply because it's a very long race. We got to make sure this car is going to last to the end. It's not worth trying to run the top side this early on. Well, hopefully you guys can stick around for the entirety of this one. Again, simply almost like a marathon race here tonight in the Coke 600. Johnson makes another pass on Blaney. Without stages, this is going to be very interesting to see just how the pit strategy is going to work throughout the course of the race here today. So that'll be something to look out for over the course of the race as well. Johnson will just now clear Alex Bowman for position up to 11th. Cold 88, welcome to the stream. Coke 600 indeed. Only track in the game where all grooves are the same. Yeah, I have not raced here. At least in the Cup Series. Obviously, we raced on the road course earlier, but that's nothing like the actual oval. And I don't believe we have raced here in the Truck Series. I could be wrong, but off the top of my head, I don't think we've raced here in the Truck Series, and definitely not the Xfinity Series. I know that's the next race for the Xfinity Series when we can get it started back up again, would be at Charlotte. Luke Jarvis, welcome to the stream. Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman just ahead of the 48. Oh! Little contact getting into the corner. Johnson rolled it in a little too deep on Matt Kenseth. Kenseth still got a little loose. Johnson carrying more speed down the backstretch and shoots the gap now for ninth place underneath Newman as well. Johnson slowly but surely again working his way through the field in the early going of the Coke 600. A race that we have seen him dominate in years past. It has been a while though since he has won here at the racetrack. Going to clear his teammate Byron for 8th. In the draft of Kurt Busch now. Down the back straightaway, he's going to make a move. And Johnson up to 7th place. Yeah, the car seems to work up high for sure. You're definitely going to see me gravitate towards the outside as the race carries on. This early in a very long race, I'm going to run the bottom more often than not. Simply trying to use up all the race car, especially with our 5-second damage policy. Big run though, regardless. Keselowski, Truex side drafting one another. Johnson 3 wide to the bottom, overtakes them both. Oh wow, Johnson got extremely loose into turn 1. Checks up the 19 in the 2, and Logano gains 3 spots in one corner. That was one heck of a moment in the center of the corner there for Johnson as he tries to go back on Logano again for 4th, and he's got him. And that car completely stepped out from underneath Johnson. And it's only going to get worse, I would have to assume, as the run carries on. Kyle Busch is absolutely walking away from the field right now. Hamlin in 2nd, Harvick closing in on him in 3rd. Harvick, by 1 point, 1 position, beat Johnson in the Roval earlier today. Now 42 points back. With just these final 9 races to go in the regular season championship. We've got a very long Coke 600 tonight, and then the next 2 races in a doubleheader tomorrow at Daytona and Talladega. So it is going to be very interesting to see. And look at the run the 4 car of Harvick got off the exit of 2. Johnson 3 wide to the bottom, into 3 for 2nd place. Huge advantage there by Jimmy Johnson. He's able to clear them both easily. Harvick about ended up in the wall. He is really working that outside to his advantage as he clears Hamlin back there for 3rd. Johnson 2 seconds off the race lead, and he is coming as Kyle Busch has caught his first lap car of the race off of turn 2. Kind of caught him in a bad spot. It's going to cost him a couple tenths of a second. Like Timmy Hill was there. What time are the races tomorrow? So 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Both Eastern Standard Times will be the start times for tomorrow's races. They're both a little bit shorter than normal, but again, I wanted to do that for a few races to kind of vary the lengths of the race, especially with Daytona and Talladega being on the schedule 3 times. I was going to do it for one of each of those 2 races. So 80 laps at Daytona tomorrow, 94 at Talladega. Oh yeah, I definitely remember you earlier, Garrett Master 2000. Thanks for joining the stream once again. Big run now. Johnson to the inside of Kyle Busch for the lead into turn 1. He's got it. Busch though with a strong crossover. I did not think he was going to get there at first, but he will. Oh man, Johnson got really tight off the exit of the corner. Busch side drafting the 48 to the inside. Lap cars are right in the middle. Johnson, Busch try to split them. Joey Gase in the way of Kyle Busch. Johnson's clear off of turn 4. Jimmy Johnson to the lead for the first time tonight on lap 20 in the Coke 600. Couldn't tell where Justin Haley was going to go there. Center of the corner, Johnson moves under him. Clears him off the exit of 2. Haley was one of the 3 cars that DNF'd earlier today at the Roval. Should make the season finale Daytona or Talladega. Now, in the Xfinity Series, the season finale is at Talladega. And actually, the final race of the round of 8, I want to believe, is at Talladega. And the final race of the round of 12 is at Daytona. So we did make it the championship race, just not for the Cup Series. Cup Series championship race is at Darlington for the Southern 500. That's the only time we go there, too. So, that's going to be hectic. Johnson moving through the live traffic pretty quickly in the early going of the race. Car handling better. Now it's handling a little bit better, believe it or not. Very start of the run, it's just really loose. And it's slowly tightening up more as the run carries on. And I've kind of noticed I've had to get out of the gas a little bit more. But it seems like getting into the corners is just not as loose as what it was before. Johnson went 3 wide to the top side to get around Michael McDowell and Corey LaJoie to the inside of him. 19 people watching in the early going of the race tonight. Thanks for everybody tuning in. And also thanks for everybody that tuned in earlier at the Roval. We set a record on the channel, 35 people watching at one point in time. And we had 30 plus people watching for pretty much the entirety of the second half of that race. So thanks very graciously. Well, again, we got the 400 subs. The road to 1,000 is on. So if anybody new is out there watching right now and is not subscribed, greatly appreciate it. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, such as these full race live streams on the daily with a realistic broadcast, as well as other NASCAR related content. $54 to hold to play video games, asking for a friend. You're never too old to play video games, man. Especially in this day of age. Johnson's putting quite a few drivers a lap down right now. Jimmy just stick the outside. He's able to stick the top. Oh man, Cole Custer right in front of him though. Johnson had to really get out of the gas. And it is the fastest line around the racetrack. But again, probably not going to see me go up there too much at the beginning of the race. Ultimate Games, welcome to the stream. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's one thing that's cool too with this channel that I've come to find out with you guys. There's a lot of people of various different ages. I mean, we've got people that are younger than 10 years old, from people up to their 50s watching. Got quite a few people that are in their 20s and 30s too. Very wide range of you guys that enjoy the content on this channel. Johnson's come on to about a 9.5 second lead. Harvick has ran down Kyle Busch though. Just about a half a second behind him right now. And we're about halfway through the fuel and tire window into this race. Go 56 to 60 laps on a full tank of fuel here at Charlotte. So that'll definitely be interesting to keep an eye out over the course of the day. We have seen fuel mileage races here in the Coke 600. In fact, we just saw one a couple years ago. Austin Dillon got his first career win back in 2017 here on a fuel mileage race. As well, back in 2011, Dale Jr. fuel mileage race that day. Ran out of fuel off of turn 4 while leading. It's a few hundred feet shy of the start-finish line. Kevin Harvick got the win that day. Oh boy. Garrett Master, I'm from Northwest Ohio. Johnson is just completely mowing down the field right now. You can see he's definitely got the fastest long run car of the race. But those first 5 to 10 laps, I mean, we're struggling just to be a top 10 car. So that's very interesting here. Cooper Gaming, welcome to the stream. Also, I did see somebody else in the stream up above too. I couldn't pronounce the name there because I couldn't read it long enough, but oh no! Oh man, not paying attention in the center of the corner, and Haley and Johnson get together off of turn number 2. Slight hit to the outside wall for Johnson. That's my bad. I was looking at the chat a little too long, trying to figure out who it was that was in the chat, and I completely missed the center of the corner. I really want to find out who that was. Look at this. Johnson's already caught up to Blaney in 15th. Bowman 14th. Those two drivers started right in front of Johnson at the beginning of the race. Beeblad-esque, welcome to the stream. Or ESX, however you pronounce that. Went back up in the chat to see who it was. I saw the name, and I was trying to read it, and then we got into Justin Haley all of a sudden in the center of the corner. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Ends up having a pretty good start to the day, and 12th right now. He started right around us as well. I do not use custom setups. Nope, no custom setups. If the car wasn't so fast, I'd probably consider tightening it up a hair, but I really don't want to. Remember, we only had 2 cautions at the Charlotte Roval earlier today. Johnson is already put up to 9th place. Ryan Newman 1 lap down already in this one. And this is looking like his race to lose, at least early on. Outside of that little bit of contact with Justin Haley, it's been a pretty clean night for Jimmy Johnson. And very early in the race, but still. Off to a solid start, of course. It's good that he's putting a lot of these guys a lap down, because if we get a caution, all those guys will have to try and come back from that. whatever point in this race. Keselowski will go a lap down now. It's good to see that the car is drivable all 3 lanes of the track, middle, top, bottom. Clear William Byron. Lap 40. Am I a Hendricks fan? I was actually, when I grew up, I was a big Roush fan because I was a Greg Biffle fan. Now I'm all in on Team Penske since I'm all in on being a Ryan Blaney fan as far as the Cup Series goes. So. Especially later in his career, I'd really love to see Jimmy go out on top and win another race. That is for sure. Thomas Miller, welcome to the stream. And look at this, only the top 3 on the lead lap. I did not see this coming the way the race started off. Especially after qualifying 14th, but this 48 car has got huge long run speed. Just brushed the wall, and that just shot him right into the side of the 13 of Dillon. On entrance to turn 3. We're going to take care of those right side tires here. Kyle Busch still camping out in 2nd place, by the way. Harvick still in 3rd, but this is a very long race. It is definitely about survival whenever you come to the Coke 600. We could be dominating this race by a couple laps and we might only be halfway into the race, and we still have to stay focused enough to get to the end. Can't miss our marks, especially knowing how loose our car is on the short runs too. Oh, car blowing up and around goes Brendan Gaughan, spinning driver's side first into the wall in turn 1. Smoke was starting to roll out of the back of that race car as if a rear tire was going down right as Johnson was putting him another lap down. That was right around the race leader. Johnson had cleared him on the entrance to 1 right before Gaughan lost control. That could have been a huge, devastating blow if that would have happened just a few seconds sooner. And that will be the first caution of the night. Denny Hamlin will get the free pass in 4th. That's a good timely caution for Harvick and Busch, especially for Harvick, knowing that he is battling for the regular season title with Jimmy Johnson, just 42 points back coming into the night. Yeah, it was Brendan Gaughan that got in the accident there. Johnson comes off 3rd off of pit road that time. Kyle Busch will actually win the race off of the pits. Harvick spinning his tires on the outside, and Busch is going to have a great restart. Jimmy gets good through through gears 3 and 4. And as soon as he clears Harvick and washes up the track, here comes Kurt Busch to the bottom trying to get his lap back. Kyle Busch trying to control both lanes. Busch goes high, about got into the wall. They're going 3 wide behind us. Oh no, the 10 about got tagged, and around he go. No, he's gonna save it. What a save by Almirola as he about got hooked into the outside wall. On the restart, Johnson loose just enough. Harvick back to the outside for 2nd place. What a crazy restart. And the outside is just moving past Johnson down the back straightaway. Three wide middle. Johnson will contact now with Logano. Precarious position for the 48 car. Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch still side by side up there. Kurt looking to get his lap back. Johnson's in the wall. Turns 1 and 2. Johnson rubs up against the wall, losing even more ground. That couldn't have been a worse restart for the 48 unless he would have wrecked. Austin Dillon all over the back of the 48. Blaney to the outside now. I do use the wheel. Again, for Heat 5, I haven't used it as much. It is definitely a lot easier for me to commentate and give these realistic broadcasts. I'm using the controller, but I do use the steering wheel too. I go back and forth with the controller to the steering wheel. We'll be using more races with the steering wheel going forward. That is for certain. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it for the doubleheader tomorrow. But for the Cup race at Las Vegas on Saturday and the Cup race at Fontana on Sunday, I will definitely be using the steering wheel both of those races. So, just an FYI. That was an absolutely terrible restart for Jimmy Johnson. He's already 4 seconds off the lead. That was after he had a 25-second lead at the time of the yellow. Busch still about a second ahead of Harvick right now as well. The only 3 drivers to lead a lap today is Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, who led the first couple laps, and Jimmy Johnson. Johnson leading the most up to this point, but Busch is a very close second right now. And will probably eclipse the most laps led during the course of this run before Jimmy can even contend for the lead here. Yeah, thanks for subbing there. I'm just going to call you B-Lad for short because I really don't know how to pronounce that name without mispronouncing it. So, but yeah, thanks for subbing, man. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, geez. In the wall. Looking down at the chat too long. That's usually about the only times I hit the wall 9 times out of 10 is simply because I'm looking at the chat just a hair too long. Like to see your guys' feedback though. Right, Bobby Carter, man. You really don't like that generator driver, Andrew. I'll tell you what, one driver who's... I'm going to name 2 drivers that have raced us really hard this season. One more so in recent races, that was Martin Truex Jr. But pretty much since, like, Martinsville, Christopher Bell, for whatever reason, like, and most of the time it's at the start of the race, kind of like tonight, just one little block on us. It just feels like he blocks us and races us extremely hard compared to anybody else on this game for whatever reason. Keselowski going to the inside of Bobby Carter. Johnson's got a big run. He goes to the outside, and we're 3 wide now through 1 and 2. Johnson's going to get the run off the exit of the corner as he sticks it perfectly. Keselowski's going to clear Carter. Look at the run Johnson has on the outside, though, and he'll go back to the top through 3 and 4. Keselowski kind of sliding up right in front of Johnson, though, and that's going to hold him back slightly. Jimmy still ran a little bit higher than Keselowski in the center of the corner. He's going to clear him before we get into turn 1. Yeah, my channel is all NASCAR. We have a little bit of Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing. It's probably been about a month since we played that game. Since NASCAR Heat 5's come out, at least. It's been all Heat 5 streams. But yeah, all NASCAR Heat 5 with the daily live streams and then other NASCAR related content. Predictions for fantasy lineup advice leading up to the race, either the day before or the day of the race, and then a post-race analysis later that night. Take a look at how the fantasy team did, and I'll break down what went on during the course of the race. And then I'm going to start doing power rankings videos this week too, especially now that we're getting closer to the playoffs. So either tomorrow or on Saturday, there's going to be a power rankings video my power rankings for my 16 drivers that I think that can contend for the title in that specific order. I had a list last week ready to go, but I couldn't really have time to work on the video last week. I was just really busy. But this week I will definitely make sure I get it out. So I'm going to have to, I've been adjusting it, working on it from last week to this week, making a couple changes there, because I do think a couple of those spots have definitely switched. So be on the lookout for that also. Johnson's still about 4.5 seconds off the lead, and Kyle Busch has about a 2-second lead now on Harvick. Kyle Busch seems like he's got the fastest short run car in the field tonight. I think we can all agree on that. It's like Johnson 20 laps to get to the lead at the start of the race. On this restart, it's taken him up to this point about 15 laps to get to where he's at now. Still in third, but a lot of time to overcome, of course. What NASCAR tracks have I been to? So I traveled to a lot of different NASCAR tracks pretty much since the time I graduated high school a couple years ago. So 2018 is when I started traveling to different tracks. My home track's Michigan. I've gone there 5 times now. I tried to go there twice a year since the last couple of years. Of course, this year, because of the pandemic, they're racing without fans, so that's unfortunate. So I went to the Brickyard 400, so I went to Indianapolis and Kentucky back in 2018, so that's 3 tracks, those 2 in Michigan. And then last season I went to Atlanta, Chicagoland, Watkins Glen, both Michigan races, and Charlotte Roval. And then this year, all I've been able to go to was the Bristol All-Star race a couple weeks ago. Man, that's hard to believe that was 2 weeks ago already, man. But yeah, so those are all the tracks I've been to. I might be missing one in there for whatever reason. I don't know why I feel like I'm missing a track. Michigan, Kentucky, Indy, Chicagoland, Atlanta, Charlotte Roval, Watkins Glen, Bristol. Yeah, that seems, yeah, that's right. I don't know why I felt like I was missing a track in there. Yeah, first race I ever went to was Michigan, the August race at Michigan back in 2015. My grandpa took me for my birthday that weekend. And then after that, I hadn't gone to another race until 2018 when I was actually able to drive there myself. Because a lot of my family doesn't really watch NASCAR for the most part, outside of my grandparents. My grandparents are, you know, older and they don't really want to drive as far. But my grandpa took me one day for my birthday, and that was my first race. And I wanted to go back. I'd wanted to go to races before that, you know, and they never could really find the time to. Oh no, Jimmy! Into the wall! Caution is out, second time today. Johnson overdrives turns 1 and 2 to the inside of the track. Down on the apron, spins driver's side door first, much like Brendan Gaughan, who brought out that first caution, but Jimmy just flat out missed the corner. Very fortunate to not DNF there. And the caution will fly for the second time. And we are just under that 5-second damage clock, so Johnson can repair the damage. Wow. Yeah, I'm supposed to go to Darlington for the Southern 500 in a month. And then I'm supposed to go to Talladega, and I decided I was going to go to Martinsville. I was supposed to go to the Coke 600 earlier this year, too. And the Pocono doubleheaders and doubleheader races, but didn't come to be. Man, Harvick, for the second restart in a row, spins his tires. Oh, contact getting into the corner there with Johnson also. How about Denny Hamlin, who restarted towards the front? Hamlin going for the lead on Kyle Busch. Through turns 3 and 4. They're side by side for the lead. Busch gets a huge run though off the top side of the racetrack, and Hamlin just cannot stay underneath him to side draft him even just a little bit. Hamlin back to the bottom again through 1 and 2. Fastest lap of the race that time for Johnson. He is trying to keep up with the top two, but it's just not happening. Johnson does not have the short run car. And here comes Harvick looking to the inside. He is there. He's going to side draft the 48 of Johnson down the backstretch. Johnson was just battling for the lead. Oh man, contact behind us between the 1 and the 24. 3 wide. They got pinched off the exit of 4 there. Look at how deep Johnson drives it into 1 and 2. Full throttle. Just kind of got a little loose on the center of the corner. Fastest lap of the race that time for Johnson. He's actually keeping up with them. This is the best start/restart of the race by Jimmy. Almirola still trying to get around. Caution again. Caution is out again. By the way, Truex got the free pass under the last yellow. Eric Almirola will get the free pass under this 3rd caution of the race. So 3 cautions in the first 75 laps tonight in the Coke 600. Can I vlog the races I go to? Yeah, I did vlog Bristol, but I would be, from now on, I'm going to vlog a little bit more. A little bit better. I kind of broke it up into multiple videos. I'm going to try to keep it all on one this time. Johnson hits pit road there. So does Hamlin and Harvick to top off on fuel. Almirola will restart at the rear of the field. Truex, Kyle Busch stay out. Only had about 4 laps on her tires, so that's not going to make much of a difference. More so to top off on fuel. Might as well have taken tires while we were there. So, green flag back in the air once again. Kyle Busch gets a good restart. It just does not look like the outside takes off. Whoever's in second as Truex did not take off there. 3 wide. Truex goes back through the middle. Trying to get out of everybody's way. Oh, Busch just blocks off Jimmy Johnson. Or sorry, Denny Hamlin. Harvick gets under him. Johnson gets underneath Hamlin as well. And here comes Harvick for the lead on Busch. Busch leads the lap at the line. Johnson sends it to clear Hamlin into turn number 1. He's got it. Harvick to the lead off of turn 2 on Kyle Busch. Harvick trying to drive away from the 18 car now that he's got the clean air advantage. Heck of a restart by Harvick, probably his best in the early going. That 48 right on that line in the draft of Kyle Busch off the exit of the corner. Johnson to the inside. Hamlin close behind Jimmy Johnson. He goes to the inside also. Johnson trying to clear the 18, and he does. Hamlin, Busch side by side for 3rd out of the rear view of Johnson's car, who is up to 2nd now. Johnson moves up just a little bit, maybe trying to gain some ground on Harvick. Hamlin moves to the top side also. Oh, and Johnson just messed up the corner. And now Hamlin to the top. Crosses over Jimmy Johnson. Johnson slides up the track. Hamlin now up to 2nd down the front stretch. So Harvick leading his first laps of the race once again. A win would go a long ways for him. He has already won a race this season and is locked into the postseason. But trying to catch Jimmy Johnson for those extra 15 playoff points, which again are awarded to the regular season champ. Welcome back there, Evan. Kyle Busch still staying pretty close behind Johnson. Truex had a terrible restart. Remember, he fell back through the middle after restarting in second. He's trying to run down the 18 right in front of him as well. Johnson starting to pull away now from Kyle Busch and is slowly but surely reeling in Denny Hamlin. And caution's out again. Fourth caution in the first 100 laps, which is only 150 miles into the race. Looks like everybody's going to hit pit road again, which will set ourselves up for another restart. Yeah, might get a new record tonight. That is very well possible. Still over 3. Evan, don't keep saying that, man. You're going to make the race feel a lot longer than what it already is going to be. Marathon race tonight. Free pass went to Kurt Busch under that last caution. 7 drivers now on the lead lap. Kevin Harvick restarts in the lead after winning the race on pit road. He has not had great restarts so far, but now he controls the pace. He's on the inside. Remember, that car on the outside has not had great restarts. Hamlin trying to keep pace with Harvick, trying to side draft, and he just can't quite stay right on him. Harvick to the lead. Hamlin going to be able to side draft the 48 of Johnson. Big run. Here comes Almirola on the top with a head of steam. Johnson tries to move up in line. Kind of got shoved up there by Kyle Busch. Johnson just trying to stay out of everybody's way. It seems like on this restart loses a couple spots from 3rd back to 6th. As far back as he's going to go, because I doubt Kurt Busch is going to be able to come from the rear of the field. Short runs are definitely killing Jimmy Johnson so far in this race, that is for sure. That first green flag run that went about 45 laps helped him, but since then, it's not been good for the 48 team having these short runs, because he definitely doesn't have the short run car to keep up with those guys. He is well outside of a top 10 car for about the first 10-15 laps of the run. We get about 20 laps in, we're definitely the fastest car in the track. But Harvick still holding on to that clean air advantage, front of the field. Hamlin second. Almirola, Truex side by side for 3rd. Kyle Busch closely behind in 4th. Byron all over the back of the 48. 2 of Keselowski. Oh, side drafted one another. Oh, contact. Johnson got into the wall there. Byron gets loose in the center of the corner. Here comes Keselowski, 3 wide to the top. Oh, I got sandwiched in the middle. Johnson trying to hold his line. This is narrow into turn 3. More contact between the 2 and the 48. Bleeding to the inside. Oh, Keselowski goes around. Keselowski goes around. Contact, middle of the pack. And another caution. It looked like he had it saved there for the longest time, and then right out of the exit of the corner, he loses control. And caution is out again. Jimmy got sandwiched right in between Kenseth and Keselowski in the middle of that, but it looked like Keselowski went spinning down to the AstroTurf on the inside of the racetrack. Hopefully nobody picked him up in heavy damage. LC Brawls, welcome to the stream. Handful of drivers hit pit road of the leaders, but not everybody pit. Only, again, about 3 to 4 laps into a green flag run. 5 cautions in the first 95 laps of the race here tonight. Harvick, again, will restart from the lead, and Hamlin, again, does not take off. Almirola quickly jumps to the bottom. 3 wide, Busch. Or, sorry, Johnson, rather, down the back straightaway, my bad. Took it 3 wide. Truex kind of fading back through the middle again. Drops in line right behind the 48. Oh, wow. Oh, Hamlin's going to go around. Oh, no. The field stacked up. Hamlin, Truex, Kyle Busch. What happened there? Like Johnson slowly tagged Hamlin. He was fine until the exit of the corner. Lost control. Kyle Busch checked up. Johnson got into the back of him, and then Truex got into the back of Johnson. Busch was able to keep control and still pass the 11 of Hamlin, but Truex and Johnson lost a little bit of ground. Just adds again to the chaos that we have seen so far tonight, especially on these short runs. By the way, William Byron got the free pass under that last yellow, so now 8 cars on the lead lap. For what is a long race, these guys have surely been racing like it's the last lap every lap. It seems like from the start. Johnson trying to move past some of these guys once again. They're still side by side for the lead up there. Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Almirola side by side behind him for third with really nowhere to go. And Hamlin is really the guy that has nowhere to go. Tries going to the top that time. He's just waiting for the 2 lines ahead of him to move, but those guys side drafting one another. Johnson is coming. Now that he is broken away from the lap traffic back behind everybody. Quarter of the way home now, 300 to go, 100 laps down. 5 cautions total that have really kind of slowed the race pace down in the early going. Who watches Eric East? I'm guessing you're talking about Eric Eastep. I definitely watch him, that is for sure. He's definitely got to be the best thing going in the NASCAR YouTube community here for a little while now. It's pretty cool. I'm so surprised that Harvick and Busch have still stayed side by side through all this. Kurt Busch, that is. I would have to assume Kyle and Eric Almirola are pushing these guys down the straightaways to help them out. Oh, Hamlin! Thought he was going to take it 3 wide to the bottom there. And again, this is allowing Johnson to catch right back up with these guys racing side by side with one another. Big run through 1 and 2 for Johnson. Full throttle, never lifts. We've got a 6. Oh, well, tried not to lift, and he got the wall off of turn 2. Guess the car's not quite to that point. Kyle Busch all of a sudden to the bottom, overtakes both Harvick and his older brother Kurt. Kyle Busch now to the lead off of turn 4. Busch brothers 1-2 at the line. Hamlin trying to get around Harvick now. Almirola might take it 3 wide into 3 on Hamlin. And Harvick thought about it, couldn't quite do it. Johnson in line. Almirola gets a little tight. Oh, man. Hamlin just gets loose again. A little bit of a contact once more between the 48 and the 11 down the front stretch. Big run down the back into 3. Johnson to the inside. Oh, Hamlin almost tagged the 48 right on that right rear corner panel. Like a pinch 3 wide up the middle. Well, he did get pinched, and that's what almost ensued to the contact. Big run by Johnson, though. Look at him get up to 2nd place now, passing Kurt Busch into turn 1. Looks like Kurt Busch has a little bit of damage to the front of his race car also. Harvick up to 3rd behind us. Wonder how Kurt Busch got all that damage. I don't think he was involved in that wreck with Keselowski off of turn 4. So I'm pretty sure Kurt Busch was well ahead of us at the timing of that. I mean, just look at how much Kyle Busch has pulled away though since taking the lead even. Seems like Johnson and Busch are the ones to beat here tonight. Kyle Busch, that is. Johnson has a much better long-going car, but Kyle Busch is virtually untouchable for the first like 20 laps of the run or so. It's just truly amazing what that 18 car's been able to do, especially out in front with the clean air. Johnson slowly but surely running him down. Gonna alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race tonight. On board with this number 48 Camaro. And it lift. They want to put it in the wall again off of turn 4 that time. Already a little bit of damage over the course of this run alone for the 48 of Johnson. Still a long ways to go. William Nix, welcome to the stream. Kyle Busch has not won yet on this custom schedule season. Very interesting, both real life and on this game, he has not won this far into our season. Again, this is the 18th race of this custom schedule season. Again, there is a playoffs. He's right around 10th in points right now, so he should qualify in on points unless something crazy happens over these last 9 races, but lacking the playoff points is for certain, especially with no stages. Johnson gained a ton of ground through 3 and 4 on Kyle Busch now. Trying to catch him before we get to the lap traffic. Johnson to the outside. Range just a slight bit higher than Kyle Busch. Look at the run off of turn 2. Down the back stretch, a little side draft for the 48. Right off of that right rear corner panel. Johnson in the lead into 3. Busch fights back on the bottom. Can't quite get back alongside the 48 of Johnson. Jimmy Johnson to the lead once again for the 2nd time here tonight. Just over 100 laps in. He catches Chad Fincham, first lap car of the green flag run. And first lap car anybody has caught since the opening run of the race. And before that caution came out on lap 46. The first one, that is. I mentioned that we had to run a clean race tonight to get to the end. It has not been a clean race by any means, whether it's been myself driving or just the chaos we've found ourselves in the restarts, because we just can't keep up with the leaders and we get swallowed up in the middle of the pack. Nevertheless, we made it to this point. Time to regroup as the race goes on and keep this momentum rolling as much as we possibly can. Just no set pit strategy this early in this long of a race, especially when we keep getting cautions repeatedly like we have. Lap by lap, it seems like there's more and more heavier lap traffic at the rear of the field here. Haley Wallace, Nemechek all at the back right now. David Reagan just up ahead. Michael McDowell, Quinn Houff, Tyler Reddick is back here. Chase Elliott not having a great run once again. He was starting to get a little more consistency going, finishing in the top 10 multiple times over the last handful of races, but another weaker run here tonight in the early going to the Coke 600. Elliott, another driver without a win, but someone who struggled very early in the season. Wow. Quinn Houff about pinched Johnson into the wall off of turn number 2 there. How about Kyle Busch? He's not going away. He's only 2 seconds off the lead, and Johnson is caught. Heavy lap traffic right around. Oh, wow. 3 wide at the top. Another tight moment. Johnson hangs on and clears cleanly on McDowell, Houff, and Reddick there. Elliott back at 27th. Could be in danger of missing the playoffs this season if he can't get a win. Or at least get back to competing in the top 10 more frequently. Something he has lacked over the course of this season. Johnson about door slammed DiBenedetto off of 4 also. Lasagna, welcome to the stream. I made a vlog at Eldora. I didn't vlog it at Eldora Truck Race last year. I did upload the start of the race and the very finish on that overtime finish, but I wouldn't call it a vlog. I might have a couple other videos from other races too out there. I also vlogged Charlotte Roval last year, but again, that was all before the start of the initial challenge. As you see it, Austin Dillon smoking off of turn 2 and very slow on the racetrack. No caution as we stay green. Austin Dillon's problems. Johnson's gotten out to about a 5-second lead now on Kyle Busch, about halfway through the tire run. We go back to the normal camera for now at least. All right, no problem there, Jackson. Yeah, as far as vlogs, Charlotte Roval, that was before I actually started the channel necessarily, though. I just kind of, for whatever reason, felt like vlogging it. That would have been a couple months before I even started the channel. Channel was a small thought at that time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have really uploaded it. And then, trying to think what else. Yeah, and then the Bristol All-Star Race are the only 2 actual race vlogs I have on the channel. Don't blink now, 8-second lead for Johnson. It was just a 5-second lead a couple laps ago. It looks like Austin Dillon's making his way back out on the racetrack. after blowing up in smoke. Might have been a tire going down that Austin Dillon was able to save from hitting the wall, unlike what Brendan Gaughan did earlier. But it didn't look like Gaughan had too much damage. He was able to repair the car and get back out on the racetrack as well. Oh! I think we have some cars pitting. No. One car, another car up in smoke. That's Michael McDowell in the 34. A lot of drivers behind him just checked up all of a sudden. About ran all over him going into the corner. Almost had another accident. But again, no caution for a second driver up in smoke in the last handful of laps. How many races have I won? I've won 11 races on the season. So we've got a decent amount of playoff points. Again, no stages on this season in particular, so all the playoff points come off of wins. Luckily, we've got a decent amount of wins right now, and again, we're still racing for the regular season title, because again, that's another 15 playoff points. We can hold off Harvick for the final quarter of the regular season. I'd say final third of the regular season, more like, but pretty wide to the bottom there. Took it easy on Fincham. Blaney was around the 48 of Johnson. Still 8 cars on the lead lap. William Byron, last driver on the lead lap. And he's not too far ahead of us. Currently in 8th. He got the free pass under that last yellow. Yeah, this is 105 for the AI difficulty. Every single race is on 105. Do I watch Joseph Lombard? I do. I don't watch him as much. Actually, Joseph was the first real NASCAR YouTuber I watched when I was back in high school. I want to say it would have been like junior year-ish. I started watching him. So about 4 years ago or so. 4 or 5 years ago, somewhere in there. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff recently. NASCAR YouTubers, as far as like video game YouTubers, as much as what I used to. Outside of probably Winval. And I've only been watching him for about a year. It's just, I mean, it's so hard for me to keep up with everybody. Just with my work schedule now, having a channel of my own. Before I had the channel, I was watching like everybody I was subscribed to on YouTube. I was just spent time, oh, they have a video, you know, most of it NASCAR related. But like now it's just so hard. Like I do still watch all of Eric's videos. I can't remember the last time I missed one of his. David Land, I probably all NASCAR, but auto racing in general. But yeah, I don't. But I do check out other stuff, of course, too. I've been watching more of Brock Beard's stuff lately. His some of it is older stuff, as far as like documentaries and stuff, that the mini documentaries he does. I would definitely recommend his channel. I think he doesn't have that many subscribers in the grand scheme of things, but his documentaries on NASCAR are solid. I've been getting hooked on those recently. I just watched his more recent one, 3 before February. That was a really good watch. Watched that last weekend, I think. I wasn't planning on watching it all in one sitting, and then all of a sudden, an hour and a half later, I got through the whole thing. Well, I would definitely recommend his channel too, especially if you're more interested in the history side of NASCAR. Yeah, 400 subs. Thanks, man. Definitely is the trip to 1,000. That is for sure. Do I watch Sloppy Joe? I have watched a few of his streams. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to him. If not, I definitely got to get on that. But I'm pretty much subscribed to almost every NASCAR YouTuber, at least that I can think of. Obviously, if I don't know of them, I probably haven't subscribed. But anybody I've watched, I usually hit the subscribe button. Especially more so now that I have my own channel. I know how hard it is to get subs. I definitely try to support other guys too along the way. More comfortable with a wheel or a controller? I like racing with the steering wheel. Both the steering wheel and the controller adds a lot of difficulty, one way or the other. It's very different. The thing I like about the controller is the fact that it's a lot easier to commentate, you know, with these realistic broadcasts, with these full race live streams, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, because with the steering wheel, there's just so much going on at once. It's really hard to make a great, you know, call, but with the controller, it seems a little easier to do that. No green flag pit stops have happened so far tonight. Kyle Busch is about 21.5 to 22 seconds off the lead, and he's actually about 7 seconds ahead of third place Kevin Harvick, who's about, actually, yeah, about 6.5, 7 seconds behind him, as he is about 29 seconds off the lead now. And you can see Harvick up ahead. Almirola, Truex all on the lead lap. Third through fifth is right here and about to go a lap down if they can't get a caution. Those short runs were definitely keeping them in contention. And we can definitely get a lot more cautions the rest of this race. Again, 5 in the first quarter. And we haven't had a caution since we went green on lap 95. Harvick stuck behind Gone. We're going to use him as a pick as Johnson goes to the outside. And now only 2 drivers are on the lead lap all of a sudden. Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch, with green flag pit stops in the next 10 to 15 laps. And we still got quite a ways before we catch Kyle Busch in the 18. King Jackson, also welcome to the stream. Oh gosh, I'll clip the AstroTurf there. Seen all the out of grooves. Yeah, I've seen all the out of the grooves. So I picked up on Eric's channel right when I started traveling to different NASCAR tracks, because I wanted to see. I'm like, because at the time, especially NASCAR's YouTube channel, they didn't have like a lot of videos on like post-race analysis stuff, you know, and I wanted more in-depth, you know, kind of stuff. So I Googled it and I found Eric Estep's channel with that Out of the Groove episode from the spring 2018 Michigan race, and subscribed from that day, and I've watched every Out of the Groove since. Caution is out once again, 6th time today. Longest green flag run of the race right there. Tied for the longest green flag run of the race at 46 laps to be exact. Only 2 cars on the lead lap. Harvick will get the free pass in third. Kyle Busch will line up on the front row with Johnson. The field will come down pit road. 3 seconds of damage for Johnson to repair. Garrett, I will definitely check your channel out. Anybody that subscribes to me, I usually try to return the favor if I find out that you guys have a channel. I'll get to that other question on giveaways here in a quick second after this restart. Johnson leads the field back to the green, winning the race off of pit road. Kyle Busch did not take off on the restart there. Again, that outside line is just not that great on restarts. Denny Hamlin, though, trying to get back to the lead lap. Busch has gotten a couple cars, or has allowed a couple cars to get around him. Johnson about overdrove turn 3. Almirola about got in the wall back there mid-pack off of turn 4. As they are scrambling 3 wide back through the field. Here comes Hamlin to the top, trying to get back on the lead lap and hope for another quick yellow. Kurt Busch now in line right behind Johnson. Johnson's going to lose the clean air as Hamlin will clear Johnson off of turn number 2. Jimmy pulls the block on Kurt Busch. Did not want to go side by side into 3. Johnson's loose. Johnson is loose. Catches the car up the track. Kurt Busch is there. Johnson still trying to keep control. He leads the lap by inches, but here comes Kyle Busch for the lead to the bottom. Kyle Busch back to the front of the field once again here tonight at Charlotte. Trying to get around his older brother Kurt off the exit. Will clear Jimmy Johnson in desperate need of trying to get back on the lead lap in case of another quick yellow. Newman multiple laps down, had one heck of a restart, and he's kind of holding up Truex. Newman, of course, known for being tough to pass. So another lead change officially at the line that time. Busch back to the lead again. Grand Prix at Charlotte. Yeah, Haiti, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's a Grand Prix in the sense that it's a long race. Well, I don't know if like... I'd almost like to think it's like a... like an IMSA race. That's how long it is. Only there's no driver swaps and races aren't quite that long, but it definitely feels like an endurance race, especially by the end of this one. But again, 6 cautions already tonight have really kind of slowed the beginning of this race pace down. Still a lot of action remaining. Busch though to the front a couple laps ago as far as the lead goes, and now he's gotten ahead of this pack of lap cars that had gotten around himself and Johnson on the restart. As they battle for the free pass spot, Truex going for 4th on Kurt Busch off the exit of 4. Hamlin closely behind. Newman 2 laps down in 9th. William Byron in the mix here back behind us as well in 7th. Johnson's still only about a 1.5 seconds off the lead. Kyle's really not kind of running away from this pack like he was earlier in the race. Truex did get around Kurt Busch, by the way, for 4th. Johnson trying to work his way around Ryan Newman. I think he's going to be lurking to the outside here as he gets underneath Hamlin. It's such a big run. They're side by side right in front of Johnson. Johnson to the bottom, 3 wide down the back. Into turn 3, Johnson will overtake both Hamlin and Newman. And they're still side by side behind him. So great move by the 48 of Johnson, a 2-for-1 special in turns 3 and 4. And how about Truex trying to run down Kyle Busch and get back on the lead lap here? It's Kyle's car fading. I'm very surprised Truex is keeping up with Kyle Busch, and Busch is just not pulling away from the pack like he has, again, throughout the course of the race here tonight. Again, a lot of action on the channel again tomorrow. Possible power rankings video will be uploaded for sure tomorrow. And we got Daytona, Talladega doubleheader for NASCAR Heat 5. Realistic broadcast live streams once again. 80 lapper at Daytona and a 94 at Talladega on this custom schedule season. We've seen craziness all day today between the Roval and so far tonight the Coke 600. it will only continue going forward as we get closer to the playoffs. And a new winner this season, Logano getting the win at the Roval. Johnson coming off a 6th place finish. Johnson got around Kurt Busch this lap. The car up in smoke on pit road. Caution never came out for him. Couldn't tell exactly who it was. He was definitely parked in his pit stall. Truex now goes to the top. Maybe trying to get a run on Kyle Busch down the back. It was a big run. Truex looking to the bottom now. That was a great corner to set up Kyle Busch. Now he goes for the pass to the bottom. Couldn't quite get it. Johnson to the outside of Truex instead through 3 and 4. Jimmy might get the run if he can clear the 19. Busch trying to block the 48 of Johnson. Oh, Jimmy about ended up in the wall. How did he keep it off the wall going into one? That was a very tight squeeze, but Johnson again on the top in 1 and 2. Another big run coming. Johnson for the lead to the bottom. Blocking off Truex. And clearing Kyle Busch off the exit of 4. Truex gets alongside the 18 now. Not allowing Busch to get the crossovers. They side draft each other back and forth. The two Joe Gibbs Racing teammates going at it as Johnson goes back to the lead for the 3rd time tonight in this race. Yeah, I'd say in recent years it's been dominated by Toyota. I would have to beg to differ so far this season. I think a lot of the Fords have really been at the top of the game this season, if you exclude the last couple years. I mean, Toyota, outside of Denny Hamlin this season, Truex only has 1 win, so it's definitely Denny Hamlin carrying the banner for Toyota and for Joe Gibbs Racing. But, I mean, outside of Denny Hamlin, the Fords are just way more consistent overall. When you figure all 3 Penske cars are in the top 6 in points. Kevin Harvick's got a big points cushion. Eric Almirola's looking like a possible championship Ford contender if he could just get more playoff points. I think he's right there too. He's been one of the hottest drivers this summer, especially in recent weeks. What, a 7 or 8 top 10 streak going on right now for the 10 of Almirola, and he's in the top 8 in points too. So yeah, I would say from top to bottom or overall in the top 10, Ford definitely has the upper hand, but Denny Hamlin still keeping Toyota relevant, that's for sure. And Chevy at the beginning of the year even looked stronger than Toyota's there for a moment, and then Hendrick kind of fell off. And I mean, Kurt Busch is having consistent finishes, but he's not getting a lot of stage points. That's why you see him as far back in the standings. I think he's like 5th in average finish this year, so yeah, he's getting the finishes. He's just not really getting the great runs from start to finish. Should be fine if he can get wins for playoff points, which is similar to what Hamlin's been doing. Jimmy Hill up the track. Johnson's going to take it to the outside on him there. Couldn't do it. Had to drop to the bottom center of the corner. Clears him. 3.5 second lead for Jimmy Johnson. 3 cars currently on the lead lap with Truex in the free pass spot in 4th. Getting closer to the halfway mark here tonight. Still staying hydrated. I don't want to run through my whole 64-ounce cup of water that quick, and 3/4 of a bottle of large bottle of Powerade. Got about half my water remaining. Still got the 3/4 of a bottle of Powerade. Good to go. 3 wide. Joy and Reagan really going at it for a position back in the back half of the field here. Creeping up on Stenhouse also. Do I think Matt Benedetto gets a win this year? I think it's possible. I'm going to say no. But I think he's a possible round of 8 contender. It's kind of hard to go too in-depth with him. He just had quite a bit of inconsistency, especially as of late. He's had a lot of bad luck on his side. He's only like 30 points or so above the cut line now, like 36, I think. After a few DNFs over the last couple weeks. Definitely hurt him. He ran good in the Bristol All-Star race, but it wasn't a points race. Amanda, welcome to the stream. Jimmy Johnson has about an 8-second lead going on right now. Kyle Busch starting to walk away from him again. We've seen this on the long runs, though, the very few we've had so far tonight. They haven't been extremely long runs again. No green flag pit stops up to this point. Not quite at the halfway point of this field run either. That driver Johnson really doesn't want to see lurking around again is that 4 of Harvick. These guys are tight in the regular season points battle. It seems like they just keep trading back and forth of who finishes better one race to the next, especially since Harvick has closed that lead. Remember, just 3 races ago, he was only 17 points back of Johnson. Johnson has had more consistency over the last 3 races. 2 wins and a 6th place finish at the Roval have definitely helped Jimmy kind of slowly pull back away from Harvick. And he's at that 42-point lead now. Harvick, though, with a 5th place finish at the Roval earlier today, kind of minimized the damage as much as he can, and so far running 3rd. There's a definite top 5 threat as long as he can keep the car clean going forward. Thanks for those of you so far who have stayed tuned from the very beginning of the race, or at least close to it. Again, a very long endurance kind of a race here tonight in the Coke 600. Definitely the longest race of the season in mileage by 100 miles. The only 600 miler on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. And again, the 3rd crown jewel race of the season. We've had 2 of them so far, Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400. Daytona 500, Jimmy Johnson was able to get the win that day, taking the lead with about 3 or 4 laps to go and holding off the field to the finish. It's actually one of the first 2 super speedway races of the year, Daytona, Talladega, before we go into tomorrow. So we'll try to keep that streak alive. And then a heartbreaker in the Brickyard 400. Led the most laps, had the fastest car. Even on the short runs, he was keeping up with the leaders. A great 3-wide battle for the last half of that race, though, between Harvick, Kyle Busch, and Johnson. Same top 3 you're seeing tonight in this Crown Jewel event in the Coke 600. You got a car blowing up down the backstretch into turn 2. Caution is out again. 7th caution of the race. Can't tell exactly who that is, but somebody is puffing a large amount of smoke. Truex will get the free pass in 4th. 7 cautions already in the first half of the race. We're pacing towards our most amount of cautions we've had in a race this season. No, my hands don't hurt at all. I don't grip the controller too hard, really. I've never had a problem with it. Like, my hands don't sweat at all either. I don't grip the controller very hard. The only time I really grip it hard is if it's like very late in the race, and for whatever reason I tend to grip it hard. But yeah, over the course of the race, I don't get too anxious or anything like that. So definitely helps me last the course of the race, that's for sure. Green flag in the air. Kyle Busch leads the field to the green. He won the race off pit road. Johnson now the first car on the outside. We have not seen the outside take off on the restart. Johnson with a big side draft. Jimmy trying to make the top side work and trying to get away from the 18 of Kyle Busch, who tries to side draft us back. He can't do it. It's 3 wide, almost 3 wide to the bottom, and Jimmy Johnson did it. Johnson, the first car all day long to make the outside work on the restart. He even had a chance earlier in the race to do it, and he couldn't. What a strong restart for Johnson as he leads again here in the Coke 600. Kyle Busch still working on the bottom for the lead. Kurt on the top trying to get a run to get back on the lead lap. He's in the free pass position right now. Side by side with the younger brother Kyle Busch to the inside. Harvick on the inside behind Kyle in third. Johnson might have overran the corner slightly, and just enough on the exit of the corner. Busch is there. They almost came together. Harvick now for second, and Johnson for one lap was able to get the lead. Busch leads that lap though at the line. Busch goes high, Harvick to the bottom, and Johnson now starting to fade back as you've seen on the short runs all night tonight. Oh, jeez. Harvick to the inside for the lead on Kyle Busch into turn 1. Johnson in the wall off of 2. I knew it was going to be close. Oh, and he just blocks Logano off to the bottom, leaving Kurt Busch the top. Logano tried to take advantage of Jimmy getting in the wall there, and Jimmy really didn't want anybody else passing him. Kurt was able to get around on the top though. Harvick to the lead here in the Coke 600 once again here tonight. Shane Pinky, welcome to the stream. Moving all over the back of that 48 of Johnson. Johnson back to the inside of Kurt Busch. Meanwhile, Kyle Busch going for the lead again on Harvick. Side by side through 1 and 2. Johnson almost cleared the one of Kurt Busch, about slid in front of him. Kurt got a big run in the center of the corner. Johnson drives it in deep again. Look at how loose that 48 car is, and he clears him that time. But here comes Newman on the bottom. Oh, and he gets into Johnson. Newman gets into Johnson, he gets loose, and around goes Newman through the turf on the inside of the track. Caution is out again. 8th of the race. Newman just got tight in the center of the corner. Got into Johnson. He loses control off of turn 4. Saves it through the AstroTurf on the inside of the racetrack, and nobody hits him. And that is our 8th caution of the race tonight. Well, we haven't had the big one. That is for sure, but we've been close so many times here. Another caution. Indeed, man. This race has been long and crazy. We can get a run longer than 45 laps. We've had that twice, but every other run I think has been less than 20. Incredible how many cautions we've seen tonight. Can Harvick get the outside going on the restart, much like Johnson did on the last one? Harvick hasn't had the greatest restarts all night tonight, no matter what lane he's in. And he doesn't have a great one on the top here. He spins his tires slightly. Johnson to the top, 3 wide. Kurt Busch to the bottom. Oh, contact. Johnson barely squeezed by on the outside. Harvick got into him on the exit of the corner. Truex is going for the lead on Kyle Busch, but Busch blocks him off. And look at the run this 48 car's got, right to the back bumper of the 19. all over for the race lead. Kyle Busch to the top, Truex to the bottom. Side by side off of 2. Johnson lurking in 3rd, but he's losing a little bit of ground. Kyle Busch, big run off of turn 2 there, was able to keep it going. 3 wide behind us off of 4. Ooh, contact. Byron and Harvick get together. Kurt Busch slips by on the top still. Truex keeps trying the bottom, and now Kyle Busch goes down to block. Harvick has been all over the back of Johnson looking for that position. 2 regular season points leaders running nose to tail in the Coke 600, 3rd and 4th on this restart. Harvick with a big run to the top. Johnson able to hold him off again. Kind of controlling the lines as if it's super speedway racing. Maybe good practice for tomorrow. He's doing a good job holding on to 3rd. Back to the top again. That has allowed William Byron to get to the bottom. Johnson gets a huge push off of turn 2 from Harvick. Harvick might send him off into turn 3. Just about did. Definitely got the 48 loose. Want Byron to get on by on the bottom. Johnson trying to cross over Byron now. Big side draft. Harvick in line right behind Johnson once more. Oh, wow. Johnson walked way up the track right in front of the 10 of Almirola. Harvick got squeezed 3 wide middle. Keselowski was in the mix. Ever thought of being a NASCAR podcaster? I definitely have, I would definitely like to do it. I just don't have a big enough of a following to do it right now. Following, and I would probably need a second hand. I don't think I'd want to do it myself. It'd be a lot harder to carry a show. I think it would help the channel for sure too, and I would love doing it. That'd probably be a more beneficial. Ooh, wow, Johnson, a big step out there again. Look at this swarm right behind Jimmy, 2x2, about 4 rows back. Almirola now to the bottom of the 48 for a moment. Johnson drives it in deep, stays in front of him, but here comes Almirola fighting back. He clears Harvick. Yeah, I'm definitely focused on getting the subscribers up here first. Maybe try to get it to 1,000 or so, and then maybe go from there. I don't know. Yeah, Eric E-Step's live right now. Johnson, another big run on Byron to the top. Ran the bottom in the center of the corner. So couldn't quite clear the 24. Now he's on the top in the center. This time through turns 1 and 2. And I think this is going to carry Johnson enough speed. Oh, if he didn't get into the wall. That cost him just enough time. He couldn't get by Byron. Back to the top again through 3 and 4. Byron holds clear. Here comes Harvick now for 3rd. Harvick to the inside of the 48. Byron kind of holding them both up. Johnson back to the top again. Trying to get a big run off of turn 2. As he will. Up the middle, 3 wide into turn 3. Johnson splitting the gap there. He's going to clear Byron. Cannot clear Harvick on the bottom. Harvick is there. And they're still side by side for 3rd. The daring move there by Jimmy just a little bit ago as we near the halfway mark. This is an amazing battle for third. Harvick trying to clear, can't do it. Look at the side draft down the back there by Johnson. Right on that right rear corner panel, pulls right back into him. Trying to pinch him on the corner entry. Up the track on exit to get the run off the banking. Can Jimmy clear the 4 of Harvick? Not yet. Now into 1 and 2. This is an incredible battle. They've been not three wide, but side by side for third for about 3 laps now. Nobody can clear one another. Harvick's still on the corner panel at Johnson. Jimmy can't throw the block yet. Harvick is still there. Clear, finally. Johnson gets around Harvick on the top, fends him off. After a 3-lap side-by-side battle with a couple of lap cars in the mix. And now he sets his sight on Truex for second, who is only about a second ahead of him, and he's about 3 seconds off the lead from Kyle Busch. Yeah, you can shout me out in the video for sure, man. Greatly appreciate it. Full throttle through 1 and 2 that time for Johnson, trying to run down Truex. You can definitely tell Truex had to get out of the gas because there's a huge run by Jimmy. Now to the top through 3 and 4. Look at that run the 48 cars got. No, but he ends up in the wall. That breaks the momentum. Crossed flags in the air, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway home in the Coke 600 tonight. 8 cautions in the first half of the race. Johnson battles Truex right now for second, down the back into 3. And he's going to have the spot. 2.5 seconds back of the race leader, Kyle Busch. Busch has led the most laps in the race so far. Johnson with a close second up to this point. They have been the 2 fastest cars today. Kyle Busch by far being the best short run car. Johnson having by far the best long run car. Sorry. Kind of a quick little recap of what has happened. The restarts have been insane. We've just had insane battles over the course of the race. A lot of these cautions keeping a lot of different drivers in contention still to get the victory tonight. Harvick has led some laps. Hamlin's led some laps. Truex has been close, but I don't believe he's led any laps yet tonight. I believe it's just those 4 drivers who have led laps. Kyle Busch in lap traffic again here as he tries to pass Chad Fincham into turn 1 and will. Johnson holds it full throttle through 1 and 2. Big run through 3 and 4. Look at the run Jimmy Johnson's got, but he's tight on the exit of 4. Had to get out of the gas. He really drove it in there. He's still getting ground on Busch, though, regardless. That point in the run where Jimmy's car seems to be faster than Kyle's. Jimmy was going to go to the top there and set Busch up, but instead Busch goes to the top. Jimmy to the bottom. Lap traffic in the way. Johnson in the lead down the backstretch, using the lap traffic as picks. And Jimmy Johnson, for the 5th time today, 5th different time today, will lead laps here in the Coke 600. Fastest lap of the race, by the way, for Johnson is a 29.549. About 0.6 of a second faster than what we're currently running at this point in the fuel run. Just over a third of the way through it. Elliott will go another lap down, having a rough night so far tonight. Running well outside the top 20. He's done that a few times so far this year. Wow, look at how loose Johnson got off of 4 there. Kept it off of the wall and off of Bubba Wallace to the inside. Great car control from the 48. Yeah, sorry for the lag there. At times everybody's home tonight, so kind of using up the Wi-Fi. It's fine when I'm at home by myself, or I'm the only one like using the Wi-Fi, but when everybody else is home, that definitely doesn't help. For the next handful of laps, right along here with the hood camera on the front of Jimmy Johnson's car. Running through the lap traffic with about a 5.5 second lead. Truex has ran down Kyle Busch again. He's only about a half a second behind him. And 2 seconds back to fourth place, Harvick. Hamlin, who got the free pass under the last caution, is about 15 seconds off the lead. About 7 seconds behind where Harvick's at in fourth. Oh, Johnson! Contact with Stenhouse. He got loose off of 4 again that time, but this time he actually made contact with the lap car to the inside. Luckily, it was very minimal at best. Oh, jeez. Johnson just bounced it off the wall into 3. That didn't help either. Yeah, we've definitely seen runs like this all day today, though, where we have seen Johnson pull out to kind of a big lead in the long run. But again, we haven't had a long enough run to even make a green flag stop here in the Coke 600 tonight. And we're more than halfway through the race. Over 300 miles in. It's a huge run on the top there on Bell and Fincham as he got around him pretty fast off of turn 4. Least liked track in NASCAR Heat 5. I haven't raced at them all yet, so I don't really have a clear answer for that one. I'm scared for Darlington. Again, I don't race there the entire season until that last race of the year. I'm honestly really scared for the Southern 500. That's our championship race too with the playoffs. As easy as it is to DNF, I am very scared. I've really stacked the odds against myself in the playoff races. It is a very tough schedule, but yeah, I'm kind of scared for that one. I don't know. That's a tough question. Again, I haven't raced at them all. Richmond's very difficult. I won the Cup race there, but the truck race, I think I finished 9th in Richmond. I should have finished a lap down, but I had a little pit strategy and got bailed out with a late race caution right before I was going to go a lap down, so. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll hit the sub on your channel there, Garrett. I'll just have to wait to do it till after the stream. Huge line of traffic's all running to the top, so that gives Johnson plenty of room to the bottom. A 19.5-second lead for the 48 of Jimmy. Hey, Diamond Jeff, thanks for tuning in. Quick recap of the race, just past the halfway mark of the Coke 600 so far tonight. 8 cautions total in the first half of the race, 5 of which in the first 100 laps of the race in this 400 lap, 600 mile event. Johnson has dominated the long runs while Kyle Busch has absolutely dominated the short runs. We get a late race restart, anybody could win, but I would have to say my money would be on Kyle Busch at this point if we did get a caution those last 20 laps. Johnson really hoping it stays green for a long run to the finish, at least. Probably be the best chances for him to win. We have not had a green flag stop yet in this race because we just have not had that long of a green flag run in the race. The longest is 46 laps, 2 different times. Outside of that, we are very lucky to get to a 20-lap run. Wow, Johnson got really loose off of 4. Takes a little bit of a skip and a hop there through the AstroTurf, and that was a great catch by Johnson not to damage the car, and luckily the turf didn't damage the race car either. That was a huge hop. That could have been very costly for this 48 team with how fast of a car we do have. Johnson finally got through there 3 wide. Passing about 4 cars down the front stretch. Yeah, Diamond Jeff, I am subscribed to your channel, man. Oh man, Harvick just went a lap down there, and he was all over the back of Johnson as Jimmy had to go to the outside of DiBenedetto in the 21. Welcome back, Andrew. Now 3 cars on the lead lap once again. And we have seen this come and go throughout the course of the race. Harvick, though, being in 4th, that is not good for him in the second half of this race. Again, trying to keep pace with Johnson. And caution's out again as Harvick went a lap down last lap. And we've seen this so many times. Again, another somewhat longer run, but not too long enough to get to a green flag pit stop. Although we get close every now and then. So caution is out for the 9th time in the race tonight with 175 to go in the Coke 600. 3 cars on the lead lap. Harvick with the free pass will make it 4. Here we go again. Well, here we go. Green flag back in the air. Kyle Busch leads the field to the green. Oh, he gets loose. Busch spins the tires. Remember, Johnson once earlier in the race from second was able to get to the lead. Can he do it again? Oh, Busch trying to side draft that left rear corner panel. He does not want Jimmy to get back to the lead on the top. Drag race down the back. Johnson trying to get it going, but the 18 of Busch is going to have the advantage into 3. Johnson trying to side draft him back. Can't quite stay there. Busch to the lead off of 4. Johnson put up a fight, but again, that outside just does not take off well in the restart. Jimmy, for about a whole lap, had it and lost it at the very last second. Really loose on the entry to 1 there as Newman slips by on the bottom. Keselowski will get there also. Hamlin being held up right behind Johnson, as well as William Byron even further back. Truex all over the back bumper of the 18 of Busch for the lead. Hamlin, meanwhile, pushing Johnson off of turn 4. Johnson able to hold the push. Hamlin again with a push down the back straightaway. Comes Kenseth to the bottom. Truex about got to the inside of Kyle Busch. They're 3 and 4, but not quite there. Oh no! Johnson tried to clear the 42. Kenseth about hooked himself again. That would have been a terrible situation. Johnson, meanwhile, trying to cross Hamlin back over after getting around us in that last set of corners. After that little contact that ensued when Johnson tried to block off Kenseth at the end of the front stretch. Busch goes back to the top side, trying to get the run off the exit of the corner, and Truex keeps trying to go to the bottom. That is the passing lane. You can get there, you can side draft the car on the top. That car on the top side gets one heck of a launch off the exit of the corner, off the banking. It's really hard to stay along with him. And Truex doing a good job at least staying in the back bumper of Kyle Busch, trying to keep up with him on the short runs. And even after about 5 laps, seems like Kyle Busch just kind of takes off. Oh, is Hamlin going to try it? He is up the middle, 3 wide in front of us. And he had to back out of it. He would have definitely not. Oh! Johnson about got tagged by the 24. Byron tries to push Jimmy mid-corner. Huge launch. Gets to the inside of Hamlin now into 3. And he clears Hamlin because of it. A little bit of teamwork there, even though it about turned Johnson in the center of 1 and 2 last lap. Johnson back to the inside of Keselowski. He'll get around him into 1. Truex to the bottom for the lead on Kyle Busch and clears him off of 4. Martin Truex Jr. about to lead his first lap of the race. Johnson just got in the wall off of 4. It slams into Keselowski. They both get loose. 3 wide now. Byron to the bottom. Johnson 3 wide middle. Oh, more contact with Byron. Byron Johnson slam doors. Into turns 1 and 2. Jimmy loses a lot of ground. Byron still side by side with the 11 of Hamlin. Kenseth back into it again. Right back to the back bumper of Johnson. A couple of hairy situations there in the latter portion of the race. Busch trying to go back at Truex again for the lead up in the front of the field, while Johnson's still struggling mid-pack. Jimmy back to the top now on Byron. Byron trying to get to the inside of Hamlin. Can't do it there. He's staying consistent on the top. Oh, wow. 48 and 24 almost made contact again. That time it was off of 2. You even see Hamlin kind of getting away from both of these guys with them running side by side for about a lap and a half. Much like you saw with Harvick and Johnson earlier when they were side by side for about 3 laps, nobody seems to get away from one another. Harvick's not in the mix right now because he got the free pass, so he restarted at the rear of the field under that last restart. Johnson, big run through 3 and 4, now to the inside of Hamlin down the front stretch. Josiah M., welcome to the stream. Yeah, 100% races, full-length races on the channel. Reason why both the races will be ran under 50% tomorrow. Again, there are 4 races on this Cup Series custom schedule season that are shortened, but that's still going to be considered a full race live stream to me, only because I was shortening the lengths of some of the races to kind of mess with the schedule just a little bit, especially Daytona Talladega, only because we are going there 3 times on the season. So that's why you're going to see an 80 lapper at Daytona tomorrow and a 94 lapper at Talladega also tomorrow. Johnson clears Kurt Busch off of 4 and gets to the inside of Newman. A little side draft there. Almirola trying to get by Kyle Busch to get back on the lead lap for the time being. Look at the 10 car even keeping up with the 19 and the 18. They're battling for the lead up there. It's allowing Johnson to close the gap. The 10 and the 18 still side by side. Eric Almirola desperately trying to get to the lead lap and hope for a quick caution. He's on the bottom with Kyle Busch on the top. Truex has nowhere to go, and Jimmy Johnson again closing in 3rd place. Johnson's led a handful of different times in the race, looking to lead another one here today. To the top through turns 1 and 2. Almirola still can't clear the 18 of Busch. I thought he was going to be able to there. Look at the run, though, Johnson is getting. Oh, and he slaps the wall into 3. Busch is held up. Truex leads the lap. Chad Fincham gets in the way. Johnson is 2nd now. Truex still leads for the moment. Johnson to the inside into turn 3 for the lead. Trying to get around Almirola in one fell swoop. Off of 4, Johnson gets loose. About ended up in the inside wall. Big time save. Johnson spins through the AstroTurf. We stay green. Caution is now out. Late yellow. Boy, did that make my heart skip a couple beats there for a quick second. That 48 car was pointed towards the inside of the track off of turn 4. And I thought for a second he was going to nail the inside barrier on the exit, or the entrance rather, to pit road. And I mean, he just missed it and did not correct the car all the way back across the track. He kept it in the AstroTurf. Caution is out for the 10th time now tonight. That was unbelievable. Thanks for subbing there, Josiah. Yeah, these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast, of course. That was a big save by Johnson. And he didn't lose any spots on pit road either. Remember, Almirola just able to hold on to the lead lap in the process of that. The driver in 6th got the restart there. Martin Truex Jr. won the race off of pit road. He leads off of turn 2. Johnson on the inside. Cannot pull up in line. I think he could have if he made the decision sooner, but He did not. Truex, Busch to the top, Harvick to the bottom. Byron, first car lap down in 7th. I believe he's 1 lap down. He could be 2 laps down. I'm not entirely sure. Johnson gets loose on the entrance to 1. About that last green flag run, again, a 20-lap green flag run. One way or another, despite how the cautions come out, whether it's myself getting in a spin there or somebody else on the racetrack we can't see, or we do see an accident on these restarts. Cautions have been all over the place. Johnson is wheeling this car, trying to keep up again with this lead pack as much as he can. Kevin Harvick going for the lead on Truex into turn 1. He's already up to 2nd after passing Kyle Busch. He goes to the top. Busch running that middle line. Trying to get to that left rear corner panel. Harvick couldn't do it, but Harvick carries a lot of speed. I think that was a setup corner. Harvick now to the bottom into 3. We've seen drivers do that a lot today. Harvick does it there. He is to the inside of Truex for the lead here in the Coke 600. And again, even to this point, well past the halfway mark, we have still not had a green flag pit stop tonight. Johnson on the top. He's still trying to hold off Almirola for 4th right now. Eric had a big run in the draft to Johnson. The top 3 are still going at it. Harvick is in the lead. Truex maybe trying to cross him over. Couldn't quite do it. Almirola, big run to the inside of Johnson. Johnson able to block him off down the backstretch. Nice and clean. Almirola back to the top through 3 and 4. Maybe a setup corner to try and get underneath Johnson on the exit. No, he's going to stay to the outside. Down the front stretch. Look at the big run the 10 car gets, and look at the side draft as he pulls Johnson into turn 1. Right off the right rear quarter panel. Almirola still there. Johnson trying to side draft him back. Almirola just about cleared the 48, but not quite. Oh, contact off of 4. Whoa, come on, more contact. Johnson makes a big save through the AstroTurf again, back up the racetrack, trying to catch the race car. The 10 of Almirola got squeezed up into the wall. Cars passing Johnson as he's trying to get back up to speed, now back onto the racing surface. Almirola somehow squeezed on by there. Johnson got tight in the center of 3 and 4, washed up the track, contact with the 10. 10 bounces off the wall. Johnson goes for a spin. We stay green again. And Johnson has absolutely lost a ton of ground, now 9 seconds off the race lead. This is as far back as he has been from the lead all day today. Yeah, Garrett Master, I'm 20, by the way. Johnson got tight through 3 and 4 again there, had to check up on the exit of the corner. 9.5 seconds off the lead now, back in traffic. After Almirola and Johnson got together, Almirola actually kept the car straight despite bouncing it off the wall, but Johnson Took a spill to the inside. Another great save by the 48 today. Adds on to the 3 or 4 amazing saves that this 48 car has made. Most of which off of turn 4. That time we didn't get a caution. And that has definitely hurt the 48 car, but it could have been a heck of a lot worse. Especially this late into the race if we could have wrecked out. We cannot afford it, especially in the races that Harvick is battling for the win and contending for the lead currently. And Harvick 42 points back of Johnson in the regular season point standings coming into tonight. Harvick goes on to finish even in the top 5. Johnson DNFs. That lead is cut down to single digits. Going into Daytona and Talladega for the next 2 races, and that is not what Johnson wants to see. It's already not a very comfortable points lead. It's a nice points lead, but Harvick has been on his A game here over the last couple of races. Really the last 5 or 6 races for the most part. He's finished in the top 10 consecutively. Keeping pace with Jimmy, despite Jimmy having 11 wins to Harvick's 1 win. They're both locked into the playoffs, so they can go hard and trying to get these wins for more playoff points and battle for that regular season title as hard as they can. Big run off the top there for Johnson. Setup move to the inside of Logano now down the back stretch. Quick side draft into 3. Oh, he overrides the corner. And then Logano got tight right behind us too. So I guess Johnson's able to still complete the pass with no crossover attempt by the 22 that time. Logano not having a great performance compared to the last race, especially where he got the win at the Roval earlier today. So he will not double down on this doubleheader at Charlotte today. .137 to go. Nearing the 3/4 mark here in this race in another 37 laps. I mean, there has been absolutely no pit strategy so far tonight with all these cautions. Again, 10 total in the race. The most cautions we have had in a single race all season was at Talladega in the Geico 500 earlier this season. We had 14 cautions. We are on our way and on a very good pace to breaking that record on the season here tonight. Gaming Hot Plays, welcome to the stream. Johnson with a big run on Kenseth. How about Bobby Carter in the top 10? Didn't think he was going to contend this far. He is a couple laps down still, but top 10 performance for the generated rookie driver of Carter. He's having a good run. Yeah, for sure, Garrett Master. Thanks for watching the majority of the race so far tonight. Hopefully you can make it back by the finish. Johnson's caught right back up to Almirola since they have gotten into one another there. Johnson has a much faster car at this point in the run. He tries to run down the 10 in the draft now off of 4. Despite Almirola running the top, trying to keep pace on the bottom, Johnson will clear Almirola into 1. Johnson. Harvick still leads. He's about 3 seconds ahead of Johnson. Top three still pretty much nose to tail. Harvick, Kyle Busch, Truex are the top three. Harvick and Truex both with 1 win on the season. Harvick won the Brickyard 400. Truex got the win at Phoenix earlier this season. Call 88. This is a long stream, man. Thanks for coming back, though. Oh, man. Johnson right in the back of Wallace there in the center of the corner. Wallace still blocking off Jimmy. Oh, Kyle Busch caught behind John Hunter Nemechek. He's losing a ton of ground. Look at the run that 48 car got from 4th to 2nd in 1 corner. Harvick caught behind Timmy Hill down the front stretch. He goes to the inside. Johnson to the top. 3-1. Oh, contact with Timmy Hill, though. Johnson was coming in hot. He made a little contact with Hill. Harvick holds on to the lead. Johnson to the top, into the wall again. Johnson starting to beat that car up just a little bit here. Can't be doing that. Big run. Harvick caught behind Quinn Houck. Johnson in the lead down the backstretch. Into turn 3. Start-finish line, it'll be another lead change for Jimmy. And Jimmy Johnson is taking the lead once more in the Coke 600. About halfway through the tire run, tire/fuel run. I would assume that the tires will last the entirety of a fuel run here in Charlotte. Tire wear not a huge factor. Kind of saw that in the Coke 600 earlier this season. As well as even that shorter Charlotte race that they ran. That midweek race earlier in the year also. Tire wear wasn't really a big factor, but again, we haven't had a long enough green flag run today to really find out if we can make it the full fuel run or not. Again, I would assume we can. It's not 100% sure because we haven't really had the proof to back it up. 125 to go. Again, we are nearing 300 laps completed here tonight. That would be the 450 mile mark in the race. I think Chase got screwed at Charlotte and Darlington. I would say more so with Darlington, simply because that was an error Kyle Busch shouldn't have made. With the Coke 600 at Charlotte, that's just bad luck. That was much like Blaney's finish back at Vegas earlier this year. Caution comes out with 2 or 3 to go while leading. Similar situation. I don't know how they pit, because I thought after that had happened at Vegas earlier this year when Ryan Blaney had pit and they made the mistake by pitting instead of staying out, that I would have thought, I thought 100% Chase Elliott was going to stay out of the pits after what happened to Blaney earlier in the season. Similar situation, but he decides to do the same thing Blaney did in pit. Only difference is he drove all the way back up to 3rd and ended up finishing 2nd because Johnson got DNQ'd from that race. Not DNQ'd, disqualified, DQ'd from the race. But still, especially with this rules package, clean air meaning so much. I don't want to say so much more, but it does play a big factor for sure. Yeah, I know you're talking about this season there. Every time we get about halfway through a fuel run, I keep thinking in my head that, will this be the run in which we get to a green flag stop? Because again, that has not happened tonight. And if we do, we would be at that point about 3/4 of the way through the race, a little past that point. Johnson had a little bit of a step out there. A little loose. Just the foot on the throttle, keeps it going. Harvick still in second, but not by a wide margin. Kyle Busch is right behind him. Truex about a half a second behind Kyle Busch. Go another 3 seconds back, or 2 seconds back rather, from Truex to Almirola in the top 5. Can't remember who exactly got the free pass in 6th under the caution. But we do have 6 drivers on the lead lap. I want to say Kurt Busch, but I'm not entirely sure there. Welcome back there, Garrett Master. Southern Rebels 01, welcome to the stream. 13.5 second lead here for Johnson. It's really close on who's led more laps between Johnson and Busch. It has been Kyle Busch again, that is. And we've had so many cautions. Again, 10 total. We haven't made a green flag stop. Johnson by far is a better long run car, but these short runs have allowed Kyle Busch to lead the most laps, I think, up to this point. It is definitely close. I mean, Busch has led so many times on the short runs. Has really just pulled away. Every now and then he'll have a restart where he loses the lead or he's not pulling away as much, but for the most part, majority of the time, he is pulling right away from the rest of the field. Again, we are well past the halfway mark of this fuel run with about a 16-second lead. Denny Hamlin was the driver that got the free pass under the last caution. He is the last driver on the lead lap in 6th. And Hamlin will go a lap down into turn 3, so not good for Denny. He's going to need another caution here. Really, at whatever point in time, as long as Almirola or nobody ahead of Hamlin for position goes a lap down to trap Hamlin 1 lap down under that next caution, again, if we get one. Again, I would assume with 10 cautions total in the race up to this point, not even 3/4 of the way home, we'll probably get another caution or 2 at least, but never any guarantees. What a turn of events. I mean, you look at the Charlotte Roval earlier today where we finished 6th. Led a few laps, but Logano definitely had the best car and he ended up getting the win. We only had 2 cautions that entire race. And then to have 10 here in the Coke 600 already, completely different races on the doubleheader today. Carter and LaJoie right in front of Johnson. Johnson had to get kind of hard on the brakes there. Three hours, 30 minutes. Is that your prediction for the stream time? Yeah, we started streaming. I think I started the stream at like right around 8:20. I think it was 8:20 right on the nose. So we are right about 2.5 hours in. Oh, your time for the Coke 600. Yeah, that race pace with these 10 cautions have definitely kind of slowed it down a little bit. Again, we're not quite 3/4 of the way home yet. At the 2.5 hour mark. Three wide. Johnson all the way to the top. And around more lap cars. 22-second lead now on Harvick. Chad Fincham in the way of the 48 now. Yeah, I try to keep it as entertaining as I can with the realistic broadcast. Trying to give a realistic feel to these races for sure. That's why I do the full race live streams, but I have a lot of fun with it, so. Looks like you guys do too in the chat. Race in and race out, so that's awesome. And caution's out again. 11th of the race. The 110 to go. That'll bunch the field back up again. Harvick was in second at the time of the caution. Kyle Busch, Truex, Almirola, and Hamlin does get the free pass in 6th. Bubba Wallace is the cause of the caution. He must have went for a spill off of turn 4. And again, we get close to that green flag pit stop, but we just can't get there. We have not had a green flag stop, and we will be at the 3/4 mark for sure in this race. Briar Davis, Rip Reaper, welcome to the stream. Here we go, just over 20 people watching. We are getting closer to the finish of the Coke 600 tonight. Jimmy Johnson leads the field to the green with 106 to go. Johnson going to clear Harvick on the restart. Harvick has not been great on the restart so far today. And he has a terrible one there, dropping back at least a couple spots. And look at the run Kyle Busch had off of turn 2, and Almirola out of the inside. Eric Almirola has not led a lap today, but he might soon. Johnson about overdrove the corner, still holds on to the lead at the line. Harvick trying to charge back into it. About made it 3 wide through the front stretch there for a quick second. Again, Johnson trying to control the lines, but Kyle Busch gets a huge run on the top. Side by side for the lead, down the back. Oh, little contact. Got to be careful. Kyle Busch to the lead once again. Almirola to second, Harvick to third, Johnson back to fourth. Harvick now going for second on his SHR teammate of Eric Almirola. Truex with a great run on the top side now. Oh, Newman got tight. I thought for a second there he's going to get in the wall. I think he just kept it off the wall off of turn 2. How about Bobby Carter in the top 10 having a great run today? He's definitely been working on his car every single caution, every pit stop, because he did not look this fast at the beginning of the race. Going multiple laps down, but he is up to 9th place now. Still multiple laps down, but he's making the most out of his efforts here tonight. And run Newman got on the top there as he's going to blow by Blaney down the backstretch. Kyle Busch continues to lead. Harvick second. Almirola third. Truex in fourth. A couple car lengths back from Almirola. Harvick is stalking the 18 of Busch once again. Kyle's just got too strong of a car on the short runs. Johnson gets loose in the center of 1 and 2. Here comes Newman on the top. And he clears us easily. Kenseth now right behind Blaney. Both drivers out of the rear view of the 48. At the line this time, 300 laps complete, 100 laps to go in the Coke 600. It also means 450 miles in the books, another 150 to go. Longest race of the season by far in mileage. 600-mile event. Contact there with Newman and Johnson again. Jimmy just clears Bobby Carter. Newman got tight again into 3 there. About ended up into the side of Carter, but he still clears him. Maybe he went up the hill to side draft him, perhaps. Racing him aggressively, nonetheless. Johnson in 5th, trying to run down these leaders. Logan Corbin, welcome to the stream. Don't play with stages. This season specifically, there are no stages, but there are stages for Season 2 coming up when I'll do the regular schedule. Yeah, it does give the chance for a caution-free race. We actually had a caution-free race in the Truck Series at Eldora, and that full race live stream, but that has been the only one in all 3 series so far on the channel for NASCAR Heat 5. As far as the Cup Series side goes, we've had 3 races with 2 cautions. Charlotte Roval earlier today, and then Pocono and Sonoma on the 3rd and 4th races of the season. Harvick has just taken the lead back from Kyle Busch off of turn 4 and has cleared him. Johnson tries to run down the leaders. Logan Corbin, thanks, man. Just 95 laps to go in the Coke 600. Again, we are getting closer and closer to the finish of the race. It has been a good one all night tonight, to say the least. Definitely keeping you guys entertained as well as myself. Johnson running up on Truex and Almirola in 3rd and 4th here. $405 subscribers now, nice. What a day, man. Came into the day with 391. That's awesome. I knew we were going to have a chance at 400, and if we weren't going to get there today, I was going to try tomorrow. The Daytona and Talladega streams. It's been an awesome day, man. Thanks, everybody, for watching and subscribing, of course. Johnson lightly brushed the wall up before there, trying to clear Truex. And he will, into turn 1 regardless. So Johnson up to 3rd. Kyle Busch clears Harvick off of 2. He's got the lead again. Thanks, called. Harvick going for the lead, side by side again through 1 and 2. The 4 and the 18 have been going back and forth for a handful of laps now. They're still side by side down the back. Johnson within a second of the lead back at 30 is catching them as they side draft one another into 3. Harvick clears off of 4. Busch still looking for his first win of the year. What a better race than to do it in the Coke 600. Again, the third crown jewel event of the year. Race he has won a couple times in recent years. Johnson goes full throttle through 1 and 2 and is in the draft of the 18 off the exit of the corner. He's got a huge run down the back. Busch going for the lead on Harvick. Into turns 3 and 4, but meanwhile Johnson all the way to the top is going to clear Kyle Busch, and he's side by side for the lead. Busch looking to the bottom, but he can't quite get there. Harvick's worried about blocking him, and Johnson slips by on the top. Jimmy Johnson to the lead in the Coke 600, but now he's stuck behind Fincham, and now goes in the middle. Harvick trying to get him back, but he couldn't clear. Another side by side down the back into 3. Both drivers driving it in deep. Johnson on the top, Harvick on the bottom. Harvick clear. Sorry, Johnson clear. Harvick clears Busch back behind us, still blocking the 18. With 89 to go, Jimmy Johnson back out in front again. Yeah, thanks guys for sure with the congratulations. Nice little battle we had going on there for a couple laps right as we were getting into the lap traffic. Johnson trying to pull away now. And again, will this be the run that we can make a green flag stop on, or will we get another caution? I think the odds are with getting another caution before we get to that point, but I guess you never know. Still, again, no green flag stops in the race. We have had 11 yellows evenly spaced out throughout the course of the race tonight. Yeah, 500 would be cool. I think 1,000 is going to be right up there. Once we get to 1,000, we can really start building the channel quite a bit. I get a lot more ability. I think I can start posting like messages. It'll be a lot easier for you guys to keep up with schedules and day-by-day streams when we get to that point, for sure. Again, I'll be starting that on Twitter, but it'll be a lot easier to do it on YouTube. As well as other posts as well. Start getting the super chats available at that time. There's a couple other things that I'm unlocked and able to do. I know I could get paid by the video, but there's something else though too that goes along with it. I don't think the merch shop is open till 10,000. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what else is at 1,000. I know there's a handful of things in there. Johnson going up the middle between Corey LaJoie, David Reagan down the backstretch. Already out to about a 5-second lead after taking the lead a few laps ago from Harvick and Busch, as they still go at it for second. Basically right on top of one another. Yep, 24 people were watching most recently. Still got over 20 people watching now. Thanks for everybody tuning in. If you're new, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We got full race live streams on the daily, as you're seeing here at the Coke 600 tonight, with a realistic broadcast, as you are also seeing during the course of this race tonight. Ooh, Johnson in the wall again off of 4. Very slightly though. That's been the good thing. We haven't hit the wall hard at all tonight. Been very light hits, grazing the wall for the most part. We try to continue to keep the car clean as much as possible. Yeah, we are definitely nearing that 3-hour mark pretty soon here. 3 wide to the top on Priest and Elliott. 406 subs. Yeah, nice. Thanks, everybody. Whoever just subscribed is currently watching. Yeah, so next stream, Daytona. That's going to start at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then, because it's a doubleheader tomorrow, that's why we're starting the first one kind of earlier. So we get that second one in a little bit later. I will be starting them on time, unlike today with the earlier stream. So sorry for that. Overslept. I kind of put myself behind schedule slightly. Yeah, that's a huge spike for sure. That's the most I've seen in one day on the channel ever, I think. Without a doubt. And we broke the record for the most people watching over the course of one stream. We had 35 people watching earlier today also, so that was awesome. But yeah, so 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for Daytona. Talladega, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So those are times that are not subject to change, so be a lot of fun. Yeah, today is a good day. Tomorrow should be too. Had great races, both races. Shot another 39 on the golf course. I only played 9 holes today. That's all I really had time for, but just all around good day. Did the Tigers win? Anybody know if the Tigers won tonight? I missed the entire game because of the stream. If they won, that adds on to the great day. Avoid Rush, welcome to the stream. The difference between Heat 4 and Heat 5, there's a very small difference other than the different, as far as like the actual on-track product of the game, I think it's a little bit more competitive than what Heat 4 was. It just seems like the AI is a little bit smarter, not a lot smarter, but it is a little bit smarter how they get through the lap traffic, how they race you. There are some blocks that are pulled from time to time. You didn't really see that much in any of the NASCAR Heat games prior to this. But they are a little bit smarter. It seems like there's less accidents. This race is not justifying to that, but most of these races, it doesn't seem like the AI wrecks as often, or at least there's as many cautions for them wrecking. I think this is only the 3rd race of the season that's gone double digits in cautions. Fourth race, because Michigan did on Monday too, but we're 18 races into the season. Look at this heavy lap traffic. They're going 3 wide off of 2. Down the back stretch. This is going to get... Oh, man. Johnson about ended up in the wall. Got really tight all of a sudden. That was a big save. Goes 3 wide to the top. Trying to hustle around these lap cars. Bobby Carter losing spots. He's back to 13th. Trying to chase Brad and Joey. I believe both for position. At least Brad is. Logano is also. And there's Hamlin. Hamlin in 6th, barely holding on to the lead lap, hoping for a caution. Will he get it? Nope. At least not in time. So Hamlin will go a lap down. Oh, dang it. Tigers lost 5-3. That's too good to be true. I'm hoping, man. The short season, I actually had more hopes than usual. They're off to a good start too, 4-3 now, even after losing today. 5-3, that's a close loss. That's not too bad. As long as they didn't blow it late in the game, I guess it's all right. It's baseball. You play almost every day. You're gonna lose games here and there. Thanks for letting me know in the chat, though. .20-second lead. Harvick still in 2nd. Again, then you got Kyle Busch, Truex, and Almirola rounding out the top 5. There are only 5 cars on the lead lap, as there has been most of the night. Hamlin has fallen a lap down again, but with a caution, he'll get the free pass. Get right back on the lead lap. 71 laps to go in the Coke 600 for for Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, Chase Elliott might be happy about that very well. Oh boy, about ended up in the wall into 3 again there. Definitely haven't seemed to see this car as loose, as much at least, over the course of the race compared to what it was those first 50 laps or so. We've definitely gotten used to the car. Again, no practice for the race. Just those 3 laps of qualifying we had in the session qualifying effort. No, I'm not from Michigan. I'm from Northwest Ohio, but I only live about an hour and 15 minutes south of Detroit. Detroit's like the closest major, well, I guess Toledo technically is, but I don't, Toledo's got, I think their population's like, it's a couple 100,000. It's a big city, but it's not like a ginormous city you would think of. No, but Detroit's like the biggest city. All my favorite sports teams are in Detroit. I go to Detroit all the time for Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers games. I'm a Packers fan when it comes to NFL. Same thing, University of Michigan when it comes to football, basketball there. As far as college sports I watch. .67 to go. We're just outside the pit window as of right now. And Martin Truex Jr. is in danger of going a lap down. And if anybody needs a caution, it's going to be Truex very shortly. He does not want to have to get the free pass, especially this late in the race. Johnson with a big run down to the bottom. He's going to clear Truex. This is good for Johnson this late in the race to be pulling away like this, though. And putting more cars a lap down, it's bettering his chances of hopefully getting the win. Harvick and Busch within a half a second of one another. And Custer kind of holding off Jimmy Johnson. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick now in danger of going a lap down, and they will. Off of turn number 4, Busch is a lap down. Big run on the top for Johnson. Harvick is a lap down with 64 to go in the race. Harvick, Busch can still battle for the free pass position. This race is by no means over, but that is going to help Johnson a ton. That's what he needed, was a long enough green flag run to do that, and he just did not have that opportunity all day today until now. Again, will we stay green to the finish? Welcome back there, Josiah. Oh man, really loose, center of the corner, still clearing Wallace cleanly, and look at all the clean air ahead of Johnson. Put down some good lap times, hopefully. 62 to go, again, just outside the pit window right now. It is pretty much a one pit stop race to the finish, unless a caution is to come out soon, putting everybody in a little bit of a hole as far as whether or not they can make it to the end on fuel. Oh man, that's about overran the corner again. 61 to go. It's been a pretty fun race for the most part tonight. Very close to the longest green flag run of the race if we haven't eclipsed it at this point in time. We last went green with 89 laps to go if I'm not mistaken. No, that's not right. That's when we took the lead. I'm trying to think when the last time we went green is. We've had so many cautions today, it's kind of hard to keep track. It was 105, that's right. 105, 106, I think 106. So I believe the last restart we had was with 106 to go. We have stayed green all the way to this point. So at the line, this would be a 47 lap green flag run. And it is. So this is the longest green flag run of the race so far, and that is why Johnson has lapped the field. Can we get to the green flag stops? We've not seen Johnson pull ahead to this big of a lead all day long, nor has he really had the opportunity to, not having that short run car again with the 11 cautions. It looked like for a while there we were going to break the record for the most cautions in a single race as far as this season is considered, which would be 14. Still within reach. We're only 3 cautions away, but we are less than 60 to go now, so second half of this race hasn't quite been as caution-filled as the first half. I think we had 8 at the halfway point. We've only had 3 since the halfway point. Can alternate through the different camera angles one more time in the race here today with just 57 to go. And pit stops coming up in about 10 laps. Again, we have not had a green flag stop all day long. That right front's wearing off on the 48 car. Bobby Carter swings to the inside again. Johnson got held up behind Matt DiBenedetto. Look at the run, 3 wide to the bottom into turn 3. On Reddick and Keselowski. Johnson's definitely, again, got the speed in the car to this point in the run. When will everybody exactly hit pit road? Will we have anybody try to short pit in hopes of maybe even getting a caution, or maybe trying to stay out a little bit longer than Johnson to get back on the lead lap and then hope for a caution in those couple laps? It's probably the best opportunity anybody has to get to this one. And the Scott to the back of Chastain there. Hamlin about to go 2 laps down. Nick Johnson, welcome to the stream. We are a handful of laps away from our first green flag stop of the race. The outside of Kenseth. About made contact there. It's a little loose into 1, but he does clear Kenseth cleanly. And the tires have completely worn off this race car. Longest green flag run of the day. .45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. It would be the same as the Charlotte Roval, so that's a good thing with knowing, especially because of the fact that we did not practice a pit stop, whether it was in session qualifying or in practice itself, because we didn't practice and we didn't get to that point in our session qualifying effort earlier. Qualified 14th for the race today. Jimmie Johnson. Ooh, Byron pulls up right in front of him off the exit of the corner. Johnson had to get to the brakes. Still able to swing to the inside into 3 and get around him. Now we're running this out as long as we can here first, Nick. Then we'll hit pit road in a couple laps. Good push about pulled right in front of Johnson. Johnson carried so much speed into 3 and barely clears him off into 1. Barely clears him off of 2. And stretching it out just in case we get the cautions. It looks like we've got some drivers pitting. Yeah, there are some drivers on pit road currently. I'm not sure if any of the leaders might have pit there. Johnson stays out another lap. Tires will make it to the end of the fuel run. We're worried on fuel right now, but Jimmy will pit this time by. None of the top 5 have hit pit road yet. They're still out on the racetrack as here we go. Jimmie Johnson. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. On to pit road. Does not speed. He didn't need to there. 4 tire stop. This is the first green flag pit stop of the race here tonight. And it took until over 350 laps into the race to do it. And well over 500 miles to get to that point, but we are going to reach our first green flag stop nonetheless. So the only green flag stop of the race. Looks like it's going to be a quick one here for Johnson. None of the leaders came down onto pit road immediately. 15.5 second stop that time for the 48. We are plenty good on fuel and tires to the end. He's still in the lead. Almirola and Hamlin stretched it long enough to stay on the lead lap now. And hoping for a caution, Johnson folds back onto the racetrack, getting up to speed ahead of that pack of lap cars behind us. Jimmy holds on to the lead, waiting for the pit stops to cycle through. Hamlin on pit road. I believe Eric Almirola is on pit road as we speak, and yes, he is. He'll go a lap down. So the battle will be for second place to get into that free pass position for a caution to get back on the lead lap. There's Almirola. Staying out just a lap or 2 longer. It's going to cost him perhaps. As he tries to get up to speed, Johnson will put him 2 laps down. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be possible to come back from. But again, we don't have a good short run car, so Almirola might contend to try and get that 1 lap back right here. Around Chad Fincham, kind of using him as a pick, getting away from Almirola slightly there. Yeah, we are over 3 hours into the Coke 600 here tonight. Just 44 laps to go this time by for Johnson. Largest lead of the race. This is also the longest green flag run by far in the race here tonight. A little bit of water left in my cup, like barely. I mean, I'm talking like 2 gulps and it's gone. I haven't even touched my Powerade yet since before the stream, so still good to go on hydration. It helped because it wasn't a hot night tonight. If it would have been like it has been the last month, I don't know, that would have been tough, but kind of a mild mid-70s day, or night I should say. Johnson kind of going to let Almirola go. Eric a lot faster on the short run. No need to battle there with him being 2 laps down. So Almirola gets 1 of his laps back for the time being. Johnson hoping this stays green to the end. Still 42 to go. There's plenty of time for there to be a couple cautions. And it just takes one caution to get a driver back in the lead lap and another to get him right back into the picture. And restart on the front row. And again, we have had 11 cautions tonight. That is the only thing Johnson can hope for now, but we do not have to pit the rest of the race if it stays green also, so just trying to keep our head in the game on the track, get to the end of the race, and Harvick hoping to get around Kyle Busch so he could be the driver to get the free pass under the caution. Oh man, into the wall, into turn 3. Car got really tight off before. We've seen that off and on throughout the course of the race. Not really us getting back into the gas too soon. It just randomly steps up on us, steps up the racetrack. And again, mistakes like that we definitely don't need to make, especially this late in the going. But the longest race of the year is about to be in the books here very soon. Do I like not use max difficulty sometimes? No, I do not. I use max difficulty all the time. For sure, man. Oh no, Stenhouse goes around! Johnson misses him. Oh my goodness. Stenhouse just loses it off of turn 4. As Johnson's life about flashed before his eyes. I thought for a moment he was going to slide up the track right into Johnson. Caution is out. Kyle Busch will get the free pass. 38 laps to go. Hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmie Johnson. That would have been a terrible way to end the night. He's still in it, though. He's going to stay out to not give anybody any wave around here. Kyle Busch again with the free pass. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Johnson leads the field to the green. 35 laps to go in the Coke 600. Kyle Busch from the rear of the field. Might need another caution to get back into it. Harvick does not take off on the restart again there. Truex does. He's going to get around him. So is Hamlin and Kurt Busch. All clearing Harvick off it too. That was a terrible restart there. Twelfth caution of the race, by the way, for Stenhouse's spin off of turn 4. 34 laps to go, and here comes Truex and Hamlin and the rest of the field back behind Johnson. Again, short run cars not in Johnson's favor. The good news is we have laps on our tires as well as the rest of the field before that caution. We ran about 10 laps after exiting pit road before the caution came out. So that's going to help Johnson a little bit, and him having the clean air will also help. With nobody pitting under that caution, but we get another yellow here if Kyle Busch pits. Jimmie Johnson is going to have to come down pit road also. Yeah, but I say definitely we're going to have to focus the rest of this race. That is for sure. No mistakes. Remember, Johnson had a heartbreaking loss with a DNF after battling 3 wide for the win with Harvick and Kyle Busch back in the Brickyard 400. 3 wide up the middle with 10 to go. Off of turn 2. Made a clean pass and then loses control into 3. Slamming back into the outside into Kyle Busch and hard. Getting T-boned into the outside wall in turn 3. That costed us not only a shot to win, but a DNF'd us from that point on. That was the last crown jewel race we had, and we almost had a scare and another heartbreak off of 4 there when Stenhouse went for a spin. Caution again. 31 to go. Caution is out for the 13th time, and we only ran about 3 or 4 laps there. And Kyle Busch is right back in it just like that. Almirola in 3rd will get the free pass. Unbelievable. Well, we're going to have 28 to go. I guess we're getting closer to that record again for the most cautions in a race this season. Talladega had 14. We have 13 so far tonight. In the front 2, here we go. Anthony Hanley, welcome to the stream. Thanks, man. 28 laps to go in the Coke 600. Will this be the final restart of the race? Busch on the outside, Jensen on the inside as we go back to green. Outside has been tough on the restarts all day long. Only one time today when Johnson was in 2nd on a restart, was able to get to the lead. Busch loses a ton of ground, loses at least 2 cars. Byron to his inside but couldn't clear him. Truex and Hamlin were able to clear him. Busch's teammates, of course. But Johnson again nailed the restart. Hamlin now to the inside of Truex. Nowhere to go for Busch back behind. He's still side by side with Byron. Johnson leads the opening lap of the restart with 27 to go. Hamlin clears Truex. Truex in that free pass spot over Harvick right now in 4th. But not by much. Johnson a little tight off of 4, was able to stay in the gas that time. Busch is all over the back of Truex and Hamlin right now, and as teammates, you would think they would let him go. Truex is trying to hold Harvick back, who is right behind Busch, for that free pass spot if we get another caution. I think Busch is to the outside of Truex off of 4 there. Johnson able to hold it full throttle through 1 and 2. And we have seen a caution-filled Coke 600 to say the least tonight, but at least we did get 1 green flag stop in the late going here. The good news is nobody hit pit road of the lead lap cars during that last caution between Johnson, Busch, and Almirola, so that helped Johnson. Not only he nailed the restart, but of course, that is why he's able to drive away despite it being a short run. If a caution comes out and they pit behind us, that is where Johnson will be in trouble. But they did not pit that time. .23 to go. No, Ryan Truex is not in the game. At least not in the Cup Series. Can't remember if he's in the Xfinity Series or not off the top of my head. I don't think he is. Five-second lead now for Jimmy. Trying to get to the white flag. For a long race, these have got to be the longest laps of the race at the very end for this 48 team. Hoping and praying that they don't get a caution. 21 to go. He's got 20 more laps to get to the white flag. Good news is he's got clean air in front of him. No lap traffic in the picture. Oh man, he got really tight off of 4 there. Bounces it off the wall. 20 to go. How do the playoffs work in NASCAR? So the playoffs are 10 races long. 16 drivers qualify for the playoffs in a win and you're in system. The rest based off of points. So right now we have 7 different winners, so 7 drivers are locked into the playoffs. The rest will be placed on points. We still have 8 races left of the regular season though. But once the playoffs start, you have 16. Each round is 3 races. If you win in that round, you advance to the next round. If you lose, the top 12 in the points advance into the next round. So they eliminate 4 drivers every 3 races. So it goes from 16 to 12 after the first 3. After those 3, it goes from 12 to 8. After those 3, it goes from 8 to 4. And then the final 4 the final 4 drivers battling for a championship have 1 race on the line. Whoever finishes better of those 4 in the championship race is crowned the champion. So that is how the playoffs work in NASCAR. The more wins you get in the regular season, you get playoff points, kind of like what we have had with Johnson. And another caution. Meanwhile, 17 to go. Truex is back on the lead lap. Another caution. The 14th of the race, and we have had 3 in the last 20 laps. To stay out as the rest of the lead lap cars will. Looks like Chad Fincham was up in smoke to bring out that caution that time. We're going to have 14 to go on the restart. What do they say? This is never easy, man. Never easy. Johnson hates to see these cautions. Good news is nobody pit. He's just got to get through 1 and 2. And he should be fine on this restart. Busch on the outside. Almirola on the inside, lined up behind. Busch is able to get to the bottom pretty quickly. Johnson gets a little loose. Kyle had a decent restart, but now Almirola gets to the inside. Off of turn 2. Side by side for second place between the 18 and the 10. And as they side draft one another, Johnson is pulling away off of turn 4 as we get back up to speed. Eric Almirola to second. Another driver who has not won a race this season, as well as Kyle Busch. Trying to get up here. The problem is, again, none of us pit. Yellow. Oh no! Johnson in the wall for 4. Loss of concentration by the 48. 12 to go. Luckily enough for Johnson, he's able to keep the pace going. Again, he's got the fastest car. With everybody on this amount of laps on their tires, equally at least. 11 to go. Well over 3 hours into the race. Johnson with a 3-second lead on Almirola with Kyle Busch in 3rd. Truex 4th. Harvick first driver lap down in 5th. Johnson again trying to get to the white flag, hoping we don't get a caution. Pressure's on. 10 laps to go for Jimmy Johnson in the Coke 600. A race in which in the mid-2000s he had dominated year after year. Was like the king of Charlotte Motor Speedway at the time. It's been a while since he's been back to victory lane in the Coke 600, but he's looking to pull it off again tonight for his 12th win of the season, giving him 95 career wins in the Cup Series, 3rd all-time, surpassing Jeff Gordon. Putting him just 10 behind 2nd all-time of David Pearson at 105. Almirola still hanging on to 2nd, but not by much. Busch is right there. You almost wonder if you even want to be in 2nd on that restart. Here's the thing, though. Again, if we get a caution, they pit. You want to be in that best spot possible when they come down onto pit road. What a season it has been for Jimmy. If he can get to 12 wins on the year, that would be huge. He's 60 playoff points up to this point in the season, and he would add on to the regular season points lead on Harvick, who is currently in 5th and has had a great night. He's been in the top 5 all night. But Jimmy Johnson, just to gain even those few points, it's going to matter so much, knowing Daytona and Talladega coming up tomorrow. Never know what could happen there. Bring the points lead back once again. So this is a much needed win in the Coke 600 in that grand scheme of things. 5 laps to go, down to 4. 4 laps left. Johnson trying to get to the white flag. He will catch lap traffic by the end of the lap, it looks like. They should hopefully be no factor to him. Shouldn't be at all with a 12.5 second lead, but hopefully they race him clean, just let him go. It's 3 to go. It's a much needed win as far as the regular season title goes. Yeah, we're much clinched into the playoffs, and every playoff point matters, especially getting 5 for winning these races. With no stages on the line to get stage points and playoff points there also. 2 laps to go in the Coke 600. And remember, in real life this year, we saw a caution come out to force overtime there. Well, we have the same thing happen here tonight. Half a lap away, into 3. Just a half a mile from the white flag for Johnson. Returns 3 and 4. Oh, gets into the back of Reddick there slightly. He's still going to get there, though. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Jimmy Johnson in the Coke 600. A 16-second lead on Almirola. The late race restarts. Although good racing and hard racing was going on behind Johnson, once he got off of turn 2, he was able to pull away every time, all 3 times, those cautions had come out in the later going. Off of turn 4, one final time. Jimmy Johnson will win the Coke 600. Yet another time in his career, putting in 3rd all time. on the NASCAR Cup Series win list, passing Jeff Gordon with his 95th career victory. And it is time for Johnson to burn the house down at Charlotte Motor Speedway, in which he has done many times in his career. Another win on a mile and a half this season. And a great win. Adding on again to that points lead on Harvick for the regular season championship. Four drivers finished on the lead lap here tonight. 3 hours and 15 minutes total time on the race here, and this one by far the longest race we have had this season. I think the next closest was 2 hours and 46 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was at Sonoma earlier this year as well. A couple of great saves throughout the course of the race and a lot of great racing action. 14 cautions, tied for the most we have had in a single race all season with Talladega. The first time we went there for the Geico 500. We go to Daytona and Talladega again tomorrow. Let's take a look at the running order. Johnson first, Almirola second, Kyle Busch third, Martin Truex Jr. fourth, and Harvick rounds out the top five with Hamlin in sixth, Kurt Busch seventh, Byron eighth, Newman ninth. Keselowski rounds out the top 10 here in this one. Take a look here. We had a few DNFs here tonight, but not a lot, despite the 14 cautions. Austin Dillon, Clint Boyer, Chris Buescher, Michael McDowell, and Joey Gase, all DNFs of 5 total in this one. 8 races left before the playoffs. Again, Johnson has now a 50-point lead on Kevin Harvick in the regular season point standings. Here you take a look at it. Again, Harvick with a win, Blaney with a win, Truex, Logano wins, Stenhouse got a win at Martinsville, Ty Dillon even had a win earlier this season. 28th in points. As long as he stays in the top 30, he is fine. He is just over 50 points ahead of Chastain on the cut line. So he's looking a little bit more comfortable on qualifying for the playoffs. So those are the 7 different winners so far this season. So currently, as we run, Tyler Reddick is the last driver in on points by 14 points over William Byron on the cutoff line right there. Look at those 300 cars though. Byron, Bowman, Elliott, all below the cut line, barely. 2 rookies, Bell, Reddick, last 2 drivers in so far, but a different winner could change that. And again, Daytona, Talladega tomorrow, not a comfortable spot to be if you're on the points cut line and needing those 2 races. So a doubleheader again tomorrow, 5 a.m., or sorry, not 5 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning, and at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Daytona in the morning, Talladega in the afternoon on the channel. So it should be a lot of fun. Kyle Busch had the fastest lap, 29.134. Johnson led the most laps, 218 of the 400 laps led tonight, just over half the race. Eric Almirola started 29th. Great run. Poor qualifying effort, but a great finish in second. He definitely had a fast car. Clint Boyer started 5th, finished 37th. It was a fun race here tonight, to say the least. Thanks for everybody joining in. What a great day it was, too, between both races. Yes, we didn't win the Roval, finished 6th, but great day as far as the channel goes. So greatly appreciate all the subscribers. Make sure to subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, such as full race live streams with a realistic broadcast, as well as other related NASCAR content on the channel. Hit the like button down below if you haven't already. If you enjoyed the race, the commentary, the video in general, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Daytona, Talladega. Hope to see you. It is going to be a wild day again tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll catch you in the morning.